I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm
Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. It's a great day to talk boxing. Ness on the mic, super chat to call in. It's the Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Join the Patreon today. It's the Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Join the page.
Super chat calling. The Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show, it's a great place to talk boxing. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. You already know where to go and get that uncut raw. Your knowledge and opinion, get it off under 3 minutes. It don't matter where you from, we all the same, my dog. If you hear that, stand no business, can you defend your position? The Boxing Voice, the people's choice. Yo, put my anthem on. That A-side lethal and stainless on the microphone. Coming through in stereo, making sure you hear me. Get my point across, articulate my mind so clearly. Get this, get no record, another addition to the history. Caller of the year, my destiny, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Caller of the year, my destiny, can you hear me? We in it, then we here, we here, we here. The Boxing Voice, we here, we here, we here. TBV, we here, we here, we here. TBV, the Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show, it's a great place to talk boxing. Ness on the mic, super chat calling. The Boxing Voice Radio, #1 podcast. Enjoy the show.
You know that shit be hitting, man. Don't even deny it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to your second episode of the day. TBV, we back at it, getting you through your work day, whether you're first, second, or third shift, it don't matter. We putting it in twice a day, talking that good old-fashioned boxing talk. Today, we're going to be discussing Caleb Plant's return and the rumor of Jermall Charlo being on the undercard, plus the announcement of Emanuel Navarrete being back for May 10th. So we got some imaginary boxing along with some boxing that's actually on the schedule and taking place on Top Rank. Emanuel Navarrete gets back in the ring versus Charly Suarez. Plus, we got a good little undercard already starting to develop. Giovanni Stantillan back in action. So the welterweight division picking up quickly over on the Top Rank side of things because they're also getting a fight for Rohan Polanco. That's also in the mix. So they're getting their welterweights active. But this is what we're going to be discussing. If you guys are interested, you already know what to do. Come on down to TBV. We got Discord available X Spaces also available to rock and roll if you guys want to use those methods to call in and voice your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. I'll be putting both of those links in the live chat here on youtube.com. So come on over, smash that thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It looks like we need about 100 or less to get to the goal of 239,000. Right now we're at 238,902. So we do need about 100, give or take. You know how it is. But if you want to help us get to that goal, go ahead and tell a friend to subscribe. If they've already subscribed, go ahead and grab someone's device in a household. Make sure that that device is also subscribed. Not because, subscribers bring us any type of money or income. Let's be real. All that is a ego stroke for the fighters who want to be interviewed or allow us to interview them. You know, they're looking for those big numbers on the platform they're going to be interviewed on, right? So let's get into it. Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo, heavily rumored to be back in action, and no opponents as of yet, but plenty of rumors circulating that they will be fighting on a doubleheader in May, on the 31st of May, right here in Las Vegas, with Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo on separate bouts. This is Boxing Scene reporting this, that the PBC is planning to stage a May 31st fight. So no opponents for either guy. So that's the game we're going to be playing, right? Like, who do you want to see Caleb Plant face? Knowing that Caleb Plant announced his date, you have to assume it's not Edgar Berlanga. Now, it can be. Edgar is a free agent. Somehow they can do it, but I highly doubt they're going to waste an Edgar Berlanga fight on a month of May versus wait until the month of June for Puerto Rican Day, parade and weekend. Jermall needs a tune-up. Who he fights, I don't know. But good to get him back in action. Not a lot to go off here. Just a rumor that these guys are back. Hopefully they are, for Caleb's sake and for Jermall's sake. He needs to get in there and get active himself. Moving on to the card that does have a lot more information because it is official. May 10th, Emanuel Navarrete and Charly Suarez Jr. will take on each other in a lightweight title showdown. Now, you also got Raymond Muratalla and Zaou Abdulayev, who I was offering up for someone this morning. So that's going to be for an interim lightweight title in the IBF sanctioning body. And it's going to be at the Pachanga Arena in San Diego. So Giovanni Santillan, who is San Diego-born welterweight, he will be on the undercard as well. So Emanuel Vaquero Navarrete will take on Charly Suarez. Raymond Muratalla will take on Zaou Abdulayev. Navarrete and the Abdulayev card will be broadcast live on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. And that's going to be starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is a late card. I have no clue why they want Navarrete, his card, to start at 10 p.m. Eastern. No clue. But that's the time it's going to be starting, very late. Obviously promoted by Top Rank. Tickets go on sale Friday, March 28th. For anybody interested in getting tickets early, you could get those on AXS.com. Santillan, the welterweight with one lone loss to WBO champion Brian Norman Jr. out of Atlanta, also returns. Obviously, this is his hometown. Unfortunate for him, he's going to get the ESPN Plus streamed undercard, and he'll be on that undercard, and he's going to be taking on Angel Beltran, 18-2-1, 11 KOs. Giovanni, 33-1 with 18 KOs. So, they thought he was ready, and then they had the Brian Norman hiccup, and that's kind of pushed him back. He just got a win over Frederick Lawson, and Beltran is coming off a win in Mexicali, Mexico, over a third-round knockout of Jose Quintero. So that was earlier this month. But that is your card on Top Rank. Now, obviously, they haven't finished putting together the full undercard stream as of right now on the schedule. It is a doubleheader with Giovanni being on the ESPN Plus streamed undercard. So he's not part of the main card that starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is crazy. It's just crazy. That's late, bro. On a Saturday. For guys that they don't even like. First of all, Suarez doesn't even have the name to keep you home on a Saturday, bro. And he's like Spanish Philippine, right? He's like Suarez is the last name, but he's Philippine. It's like, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, that's kind of a battle, right? Mexico, Filipino, that's kind of a thing. You got the Pacquiao Marquez beef, right? So maybe it works for Navarrete, but believe me, no one was sitting around telling their boys, hey, man, I can't wait for Charly Suarez to fight Navarrete. It's going to be a banger. Nah, we never did that. This is Top Rank, and they diet. And we've seen it before. We know what's going on, man. But this is what we're talking about. If you're interested, you already know what to do. Discord available. X Space is available. Live chat also available. The power chat is there if you guys want to communicate that way. But yeah, I got Low Nose Boxing. What up?
Yo, Ness.
What's good?
Yo, Ness. When you get a chance, check your DM, bro. I sent you a video from YouTube. These people that they modify games, they did a modified version of Fight Night where they kept the same old Fight Night game, but they added everybody that's active today. You got to check that out. It looks way better than Undisputed, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that intro. All due respect, that intro was ass. I like the regular jingle, and I like the Javante Davis song. In fact, they should make a Javante Davis song inspired by the DMX song. You know the DMX song when he's talking about all the girls he slept with, what them chicks want from a nigga. They gotta make one for Tank. How many niggas he ducked? It'll be like it was Gary and Loma, Kevin and Devin, Tio and Taylor, Shakur and Keyshawn. That nigga ducked a lot of people, man. And yo, I'm disappointed with you, bro. Why you didn't make a show about George Foreman, my nigga?
Ain't nothing to talk about, bro. Like, how you gonna hold the whole 3-hour, 8-hour show on someone passing away, man? You hit the 10 count, and you know you hope he rests in peace.
No doubt, rest in peace, Big George. Let me give you a quick insight of how great George Foreman was. George Foreman was one of the most dominant world champions and arguably the greatest ever in heavyweight history, right? And then retired and came back into another era that was on fire and became a champion. It's not like he came back into the Klitschko era, which was trash, or today's era, which is trash. He came back into the early to mid-'90s when guys had skills and he became a factor. That's something that Sugar Ray Leonard couldn't even do. That's the equivalent of Sugar Ray Leonard, right, being the man in the 80s during the Four King era, coming into the 90s and becoming the champion during the Oscar De La Hoya, Tito Trinidad era. And mind you, Sugar Ray attempted that and got brutally stopped by a past prime Hector Camacho. So that's just a testament on how great George Foreman was, man. Shout out to George Foreman, bro. I'm looking forward to this weekend's card. I'm looking forward to Tevin Farmer. You know, I hope he finally gets a break, bro. He's been getting, you know, he's been getting kind of like done dirty with the scorecards, the judges. I hope he can pull that off, but it's gonna be tough to do that, being that he's fighting this dude in Mexico. And Keyshawn Davis, yeah, I was talking about him earlier, right? Keyshawn Davis should fight Andy Cruz. That should be his Gamboa. The same way Bud Crawford had to have the Cuban Olympian fight him in Omaha, he got to give Andy Cruz that fight in Norfolk, Virginia. He owed Pop that fight, cause that's Pop right there. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz been pulling up on him. And he don't got the same energy. All that bravado stuff he be pulling, that energy is not there for Andy Cruz. Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz in Norfolk, Virginia. That's his hometown fight. I don't want to hear about Edwin De La Santo, who hasn't fought in 3 years, bro. Nobody want to see that. Edwin De La Santo needs to go fight somebody else. He needs to go fight somebody that owns a chimichurri truck in Santo Domingo, bro. Give him that. Get his feet wet. But Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz gotta happen, bro. That gotta be next, man. And if so, is that pay-per-view next?
Keyshawn Davis and who?
Andy Cruz in Norfolk.
Nah, it ain't pay-per-view. Why would you disrespect us like that? What the hell?
I mean, compared to we have a lot of
Ain't nobody
nonsense
paying
fights
for that shit. That's crazy.
I'm not saying it'd be pay-per-view, but you never know, man. But I like that fight. There's a storyline, bro. He beat Keyshawn Davis like 6 times in the amateurs, bro. And he's fast-tracked. It's not like he got 5 fights and he's a prospect. No. He started off fighting 10-rounders. He beat some decent competition. He's getting better training under the tutelage of Bozy Ennis. They need to give him that fight, bro, because everybody be quick to ride somebody that's new, right, that's on top. But nobody want to press him and say he's ducking Andy Cruz. Nah, man. You got to see Andy Cruz. We don't want to see nobody else but Andy Cruz versus Keyshawn Davis. That's the fight that got to be pushed, man. There's no way around that, bro. No way around that, man.
I mean, Andy's behind him. Only way I'll take an Andy fight is if the only 2 options is De Los Santos and Andy, but neither one of them dudes deserve a title shot.
I mean, yeah, you got other guys there. You know, you got what's the tall dude's name? The tall Mexican dude that also beat Tevin Farmer. They robbed Tevin Farmer with Maratilia. You know,
Morataya.
Or the winner of Tevin Farmer and Cepeda this weekend. That'll be a good fight for Keyshawn. But like I said, I'd rather be Andy Cruz because the truth is, I think Andy Cruz beats all those guys that we just mentioned. He beats Morataya. He beats Tevin Farmer. He beats Edwin De La Santos. Andy Cruz is going to be the Cuban Lomachenko, man. Remember where you heard it first, bro. That's going to be one of my favorite fighters to look out for, man.
You may feel
All
like
right.
it's your time.
We got Hugo on Discord. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Absolutely free. Hit the thumbs up because of the consistency. Hit the thumbs up for the 2 shows a day. Hit the thumbs up for the daily interviews. Hit the thumbs up out of pity. I don't give a fuck. I still need that algorithm to get activated so they can let other people know that this is what we do twice a day, Monday through Saturday, and even one time on Sunday for the weekend recap. Hugo, Discord, what up? For those looking to call in, the Discord link and X Spaces links are in the YouTube chat. Hugo, what up? Juice, you might need to jump out, jump back in. We going out to Huang out of Houston.
Yo.
What up, what up?
You know, Ness, you know why they do that? Navarrete so late? Cause they're gonna put the other one on regular TV, and what they do is like they just show like the co-main and the main on cable television for those old people who ain't cut the cord, you know. And shout out to ESPN for that's kind of why I like ESPN, because man, that's the only way these our friends that made mistakes get to watch boxing most of the time. That's the only time you're gonna watch boxing, and what I'm talking about. So
Word.
shout out.
Ain't no apps unless you probably in the feds. You get the fucking iPad.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I ain't gonna lie, that's why I was like so super PBC when it came out, because they have fights on CBS. Like I was like PBC this, I was in love with PBC just because that's the only way I was able to watch boxing besides Top Rank. And Top Rank the only one still on where they ain't cut the cord. So appreciate that, brother. So that's why, and plus they know that what's his name gonna sell tickets because that's his hometown. So, they're gonna put him on the plus. But damn, what was? Oh, you know what, man? I kind of like that they're gonna put Charlo and Caleb on the same card because what it looked like to me is they setting up the Caleb Charlo fight, and that's a fight I've been wanting for a long time. I've been wanting this. You know what I mean? It's like, man, Charlo just disrespect all of Houston, Texas with that one. You don't let a man slap you and run, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You a professional boxer. Come on, man. How does that look? But yeah, man, for Caleb, brother. Oh, thank you.
You there, champ? Looks like you got a call.
Say it again.
Looks like you got a call. You there?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Might be an elevator. I'm in the hotel in the elevator.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a PBC. It's gonna be an in-house fighter for Caleb. They're gonna keep it in-house. So, I mean, who we got at 168 in PBC that is a tune-up type fight? That's really what we got to start thinking about.
They got Damon Nicholson. They used him before.
Yeah. I mean,
even Morrell needs to come back. That's the problem with these guys. All their guys are shelved.
Man, you know what? I would take Caleb and Morrell because I think Morrell could do something. Caleb can't deal with a dude that fights that kind of style that's power and can box. You know what I'm saying? I think Morrell could take Caleb. It would just be an exciting fight in general. So, but yeah, man, that's all I got. Champ TBV, like and subscribe.
All right, champ, you the man.
You may feel like it's your time.
James Benitez, Atlanta. What up?
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, it's crazy that you said Edwin De Los Santos doesn't deserve a title shot, man. But we just witnessed Gary Antoine getting a title shot and actually winning after coming off a loss for a title shot, man. So I'm okay with the shit, man. And Edwin may upset the apple cart, man, by beating Keyshawn. But Keyshawn, he can't fight no Andy Cruz at his hometown and get embarrassed again. Like, that would be so detrimental to his career and his growth and everything like that. So that's probably going to be out the question for his whole career. He probably just going to just say little slick shots at Andy Cruz but never fight him. So, and also to say that Edwin doesn't deserve a title shot, did Floyd Schofield actually deserve one? Like, let's be honest. Like, he's a prospect no different than Andy Cruz, and Andy Cruz is actually more deserving to be in the ring with the guys in Shakur, Tank, Keyshawn, and Lomachenko, in my personal opinion. Team Schofield ain't show me shit to even get that opportunity. So shout out to Turkey for giving him a chance, and shout out to Team Schofield for fucking it up. Now, with the 168, I found it interesting, man, when I was just scouring through the Lance Pugmire chat. I found the name. I don't know if you're familiar with this guy, which you might be. He's from Brooklyn, New York. His name is Junior Yunan.
Junior Johan. He's signed to Star Boxing, and he's fighting this weekend. He's got some version of the WBA. That's the guy that Edgar Berlanga wants Steven Nelson to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his name was floating around like when they were talking about Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo.
Okay.
So I found that real interesting.
That's a decent fight. I don't know that he's on Caleb's level, but he's a dog. Mm-hmm. Like he's gonna let his hands go. He's like not that style of a Garcia that just lost Elijah. I mean, just won.
Yeah.
But you know, kind of like that. Like he's gonna let his hands go all fight.
Yeah.
He actually fought Rashidi's brother, Ronald Ellis.
He fought he fought Ronald Ellis. Yeah, he fought Ronald Ellis. Wasn't that a split decision that he got from that fight?
I think it was a draw he deserved to win.
Okay.
I gotta check, but I think it was a draw. I watched that fight. I think he deserved to win, if I remember correctly.
Hello, Ness, you hear me?
Yep.
You hear me now?
I do.
All right, cool. But also, okay, cool. But also, what I
Damn,
would
it was
like
a
to actually
draw. It was a draw. Nasty work.
see. So what I would actually like to see Caleb Plant actually fight. I would like to see him fight Vladimir Shishkin. If it could be like my pick
Who?
right
David
there.
Morrell?
Nah. Caleb Plant.
Okay.
I like to see Caleb Plant fight Vladimir Shishkin.
Yeah,
I think that would be a good fight.
I don't know that
You think that's too tough?
No, I
You
just
think
don't.
that's too tough?
I just don't think he gonna be willing to do that. I mean, I don't. I don't know he could get up for that.
Who Caleb or Vladimir? Because I mean, Vladimir was just up in the ring.
I don't know that Caleb. I don't know that Caleb could get up for it because
I mean, then who the fuck can he fight then, man? Because like, I mean, what he's gonna fight that Iglesias dude? Like, I think he'll get up for that, but that's dangerous as shit. I don't. You know what, Ness? I have no clue, but I don't know what's safe for Jermall Charlo either.
I'm not
Only
saying
thing that I think
Iglesias.
is safe-
Iglesias definitely is dangerous, but Shishkin isn't known. Like you talking about Caleb isn't he's an A-list fighter. He's like a movie star. When it comes to boxing, certain fighters are like movie stars. Caleb is like that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he
can't
might
just
be.
doing a movie with just anybody.
I mean, bro,
Does
like
Shishkin even speak English? When is Shishkin's last fight? Like this is what I'm saying. It makes zero sense for Caleb.
He lost to William Skull. That's how William Skull got that WBA belt. That was the last fight in October.
Nah. Skull ain't fight for Devakin for that belt.
Wasn't it? I thought it was. Wasn't it vacant or was that or?
They stripped Canelo. Shishkin is number 2 in the IBF. I doubt he just lost to Skull, because that would be nasty. He's just sitting around getting back in number 2 without fighting. Lord have mercy. This man ain't even fought and he number 1. Man, I swear to God, this game is fucked up.
So what I tell you. So that's the path right there, man. Vladimir Shishkin, that makes sense, at least to my eyes, even though you disagree with it. And Steven Nelson deserves to fight with Jermall Charlo.
People questioning my A-list phrase. Like, if this boxing climax was movie, like we had to make a movie and the boxers were the actors, bro, Caleb is certainly an A-lister. How is he not?
Yeah, he is an A-lister because, like, shit, he's on the Low Rider magazine and all that other shit. So he's definitely an A-lister. So that, his new collection, so he's popular in the streets in the U.S., so he's definitely an A-lister. But, yo, Ness, man, I got to take another call. Shout out to you and shout out to the community as always. But I'm going to look more into the Junior Yohan, though, man, because that does seem interesting, though, for him being even brought up in this for that card. But I'll holler at you, though. Peace.
All right. Damn, I put fucking 39. Yeah, I don't see how y'all don't consider Caleb an A-lister, right? I don't know. That's just strange. There's not a lot of names more popular than Caleb, So, and when you consider A-list actors, right? I'm pretty sure it goes according to pay. And Caleb, he's consistently should be making over $1 million. If you want to call in and voice your opinion on today's subject, Discord is available. X Spaces also available. And a live chat, power chat, if you want to communicate that way, also available, which we're going to now. We got a couple super chats we got to get at. Bones 13, first one of the day. Plant fighting for another interim belt. Really? I don't know. Again, limited information on what's going to be his move. We just know it's May 31st and that it is a doubleheader with Jermall Charlo on the undercard. But remember, we're also talking Navarrete's official fight, May 10th. He's taking on Charly Suarez, where he'll defend his title. Then you got the good fight, really good fight between Raymond Murataya and Zaire Abdulayev, former Devin Haney opponent. He also beat Jorge Linares one-punch knockout, having been losing all the rounds. So he's certainly a puncher. Or you can just blame Linares' chin for that one. Giovanni Stantillan also back, but he's on the prelim live stream ESPN Plus undercard. But yeah, let's see here. Mr. Alex Vega, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good evening, man. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, Caleb Plant, Jermall Charlo. Sounds like a good doubleheader for sure. I think in a perfect world they'd be meeting. However, Charlo's inactivity, it doesn't give me the most confidence that he can be at his best to give Caleb Plant, a good fight that I think, if he did, maybe get a fight before his last fight, before he fought Benavidez and one after and in between, this one. I think that would definitely give me more confidence to see that, hey, that's what we want to see, good fights. I think Charlo still, he has a very nice, sharp jab, and he's able to really work off of it. Caleb Plant, man, he can style in there. He's got a good guard. He knows how to use the ring. We've seen him. We've seen what he could do against Canelo. Put on a good performance for the first 7-8 rounds. And I think that's always going to be the thing, man. When it comes to Plant, he's going to put on the first half, but against the top, it seems that he seems to fade towards the back half, and that's where we've seen Benavidez and Canelo take over. Charlo, I think we've had him up there. Around like COVID times, and we saw him as an elite fighter, and just due to other things, he hasn't been able to show that and be consistent. I heard that name. Actually, James told me about that name, and I don't know who he is. You seem to be familiar with him. Talking about Berlanga was telling someone to face him, but I was looking at the rankings, some name popped up, and it's just nasty work, bro. It's just constant nasty stuff with his rankings. I've seen Jose Armando Resendez pop up, number 15 on the WBA.
Wait, but
he's fought on a PBC show.
He's pretty tough, though.
But I mean, it's listen.
He's just like a journeyman, though. But he's a good fight, though. Who's he supposed to be
15?
fighting? Who's he supposed to be fighting?
Well, I'm saying they have. Well, that's what I'm saying. They have him 15 at WBA at 168. That's just that's nasty stuff, bro.
Didn't he fight at welterweight?
Because I seen him at 160 against Jarrett Hurd and Elijah Garcia. I think Elijah stopped him towards the end.
Ooh, I'm mixing him up though. That name is familiar, but why am I thinking that he fought the dude Boots fought in Philly? Samson's fight.
That's Roman Villa.
Yeah. But they didn't fight ever.
That I know of.
Damn.
But like I said, the man had one fight in Mexico since, I think, like at a catch weight, and now he jumps up on the rankings, not even right after his fight. So that's usually what they do, get these guys positioned, beforehand. So I'm sure he's on the short list, and it's just nasty. I look at this, but listen, man, keep these guys active. I have no problem. This other dude, I heard you say he fought Ronald Ellis. That's a guy, hey, maybe not a guy with the best of wins, but we've seen him against other guys.
You got to understand, man.
I don't know how.
Johan is a product of Star Boxing. What that means is he's probably better than we know, but he's in that old Boo Boo contract, bro. Like, that dude's is probably as old as Boo Boo. He's from that era. He's with those guys. He trained with those guys. He came up with Jacobs. He came up with Boo Boo. He trained under Andre Rozier. He's gotten all that sparring with Kaleides, who went to the feds and all that stuff. But this guy's been a Star Boxing contract his whole life. So they don't do nothing but put him on, Showbox. That one time with Ronald Ellis, I think he'd been on Showbox maybe another time outside of that. and it's always the Huntington Center in New York, bro. Like off TV, those.
He was on a PBC show before
You
on
may
Danny
feel like it's your
Garcia. I
time,
looked at it on Boss, right? But
but it's not
real
your
quick, I just
time.
want to talk about this Charly Suarez shit, bro. Guy ranked number 1 WBO. Can you name anybody he beat at the top of your head? Top of your head.
Nah, I don't know anybody.
No
I
one?
mean, I watched like 2 Suarez fights, but I don't remember who he beat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a name. He did beat Johan Vasquez a couple years ago, and we saw what he could do against a young Abdullah Mason, right? In a weight class higher.
Oh, he
But
beat Correa,
yeah, it's just
though. He
constant.
beat Correa. That's a decent name. I mean, I mean, he got a bunch of loose
Right.
losses, but you know.
Yeah, but no, shout out to Charly Suarez, a 36-year-old prospect, a guy that can't rank number 1, and according to the WBO president, it's just how it works out. Then you have other guys that are ranked below him. Even though I didn't agree with the Andre Cortez decision against Nova, Cortez has beat a couple guys ranked in WBO. But yeah, Charly Suarez gets position number 1 because WBO is what Bob orders, no matter what the WBO president says. I'm not staying off of this. We saw Albert Bell go from 2 to like number 15, and I'm pretty sure it's because of who he is not signed to. Even though they said he didn't fight ranked guys, this guy hasn't fought a ranked guy probably ever. Number 1 in the organization. I heard someone mention Siskin, coming off a loss. Why didn't he get like a Caleb Plant WBA interim shot? Or there was another name mentioned about how come, not getting,
Alex,
a possible lineup, right?
Let me double back.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh,
bro.
actually, keep going. Mario left. I just didn't. He had been jumped on, and but whatever. He stepped away.
But yeah, I just try to make my point. Like my point is like we make Edwin De Los Santos about him getting a title shot off a loss and a long layup. But this is my problem. Like we make it okay. Like Gary Anton, we know he's a good fighter, but then he lost. But it's a title shot, and you were against it. You were like, how did he come off? Right. But then you see, this is what happens. Then we make excuses for one person, and then when someone else does it, we want to push against. You know what I mean? Oh, well, he's a name. He brings money, or he's good. It's always an excuse, and that's the problem. You set that precedent, you're gonna make excuses for other people, or when someone else does it, you need to, then it's it was okay when that guy did it to you. Now it's not okay. So that's my issue, man. We don't have checks and balances in pro boxing, and too many people say, well, basically, it is what it is. People got to speak up, and that's what I try to do. I love to watch boxing. And I really think we clean shit up. We can get more of the best of the best. But you accept garbage, more garbage is going to come. That's all I wanted to say, man. Appreciate the time.
You the man, Mario Monguia. You got to unmute yourself, champ.
Oh, I'm unmuted, champ. I'm unmuted. All right.
What's
Off
up?
the leash, out the cage. Oh, man, chilling. What's going on with you, brother?
Was that marijuana?
No, sir. It's
Oh.
medicine. It's medicine, sir.
Oh, but
It's
damn,
medicine.
you get to smoke in studio. I fucking love it. You're like a rebel now. Ponytail. He's got a ponytail. Smoking in studio.
Bro, okay. That was slick right there.
That wasn't.
You said
Wait,
ponytail. Well, let's
that's
call it
not
a
a
man
ponytail?
bun. First off, fuck no, it's not a ponytail, Ness. What you like? Imagine the girl grabbing me from the back of the head. I don't understand right now. What do you? It's a bun. It's a man bun. The word man
bun.
is in
Call him
front of
Cinnabon.
the
What
bun.
the fuck? Yo,
Nah,
you gave me Razor Ramon. You gave me Razor Ramon vibes, bro. As soon as you lit the cigarette, I seen the mustache and the ponytail. I said, holy shit, it's Razor Ramon.
Okay, Chico. I got you, Rick Dog.
Nah, but what's up, bro? How's everything been?
Man, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Just, keep trying to go live, keep trying to do it. Had 64,000 for the UFC the other day. But you see, Ness, the problem is I did this with you for 10 years. But in that time, I really should have come to you to be like, yo, like, teach me about what we can use, right? Teach me about how long I can put something up. Teach me about copyright law, right?
Shit,
or issues or whatever. They flagged me, bro. They kicked me off of YouTube for a week. They kicked me off of Twitch for 2 days or 3 days, whatever.
Damn. Now,
But my
week
X
is
numbers
good,
went
bro.
up. Yo, I had 400 subs that night. And that wasn't even my biggest one. I had streamed the Super Bowl and Kendrick's halftime performance, and I ended up with like 90,000 or something like that.
But
something
you're
crazy.
showing the content.
Oh, no. I mean, I showed the content when they kicked me off of YouTube. Fuck them and fuck yeah. Everybody was saying that they ordered the UFC and they couldn't watch it, right? This was the Pereira fight. And so this is what happened. I was watching the fight, and you know me and the boys, we fucking crank it up loud. Well, the algorithm caught the audio on the background, and they fucking flagged it and took me down.
No,
So
it's
once
so
they took
petty.
me down, I said, "Well, then I'm gonna stream it then." So yeah, hell yeah, I showed the fucking co-main event and the main event. I'll do it
But wait,
again
how'd they take you down
Boot
and you
me.
still was able to stream it?
because I was still on X and I was still on IG and I was still on Facebook and I was still on Kick.
So X doesn't care. They let you?
Fuck no, Kick, X, they don't care. Yo, Elon, he was capped the whole time. He don't care. He don't care at all. And so I showed that whole thing. And I didn't even like show it on my TV, like in the background. I literally put the stream on the channel, like 4K. You know what I mean? Like, cause fuck it. Like I already got kicked off. I already got booted. So then all I can do now is go for the subs.
You know,
Yeah. I'm good now. I'm good now. That was what was the Prey fight? 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. I'm good now. But yeah, man, it sucked. And then Twitch was trying to make me take like a copyright class, like if I got caught speeding and I want to get the ticket
it's
off.
like
and
that
shit,
for
bro.
YouTube too, though.
I was like, what? Yeah,
it's
they
like
didn't
that
ask
for
me to
YouTube
do
too.
shit.
They make you do a course.
They said, nah, you're caught red-handed. You were 1000% showing third-party streaming. And I wasn't, but the audio was super high. I'm sure that's what happened.
No, that
right?
happened to me on the Ryan Tank fight, bro. I went to a studio and by accident the studio let the audio bleed in and that shit, you know, luckily.
Yes.
I forgot what was Espinoza's right hand man? The guy with the glasses. Dirty blonde hair. I don't know, but I had his number. He was able to save me in less
for
than
real?
a week. Oh yeah, I mean he's
Yo, that's
Showtime.
what's
So
up,
if they,
bro.
he's Showtime. So all they have to do is give you the release.
Yeah, you know, and Matchroom's been hating, bro. They've been hating on us.
You got to do Top Rank. Top Rank, actually, you should reach out to Evan Korn. Top Rank has a program for content creators where they let you use their footage.
Oh, you're the champ. You're the champ.
I'm
Hell
not
yeah.
big into like film studies anymore. It's just I don't know.
Nah.
People
I don't
claim
even
they
like
want
doing the film study.
Yeah, they claim
I
they
just
want
want
it,
to
but
do
then they don't
watch-alongs.
show up.
That's it.
Yeah, watch-alongs
for
are
sure,
different.
for sure.
I think you could do watch-alongs post-fight. I don't think we can do watch-alongs.
See, the thing
live.
is like I like doing it like the way we used to do it, right? Like where we do like fight companions, right? So we're all live, we're all watching together. That's it. But when I do it on Saturdays with the boys, like, you know what I'm saying? Like none of them are tapped in. Like, you know what I mean? So they're not thinking about, you know, playing shit in the background or music in the background. You know what I mean? Like they're not tapped in like that. So I have to be like super careful. But at the same time, the energy's, you know what I mean?
If you set up a camera to cover the couch or the seating area, not covering the screen, right? So it's the back of the camera is to the front of the television. This way it can never record. It's only recording you. And just set that camera through your mixer so you can lower the mic so that you don't let the audio bleed in.
Good call. Yeah. You know, and I'm getting it all worked out. You know, it's a thing where like because I do MMA, boxing, and wrestling is like
I've been noticing
right now.
You do all of them. I'm like one day you go live. I mean twice. I think you go live twice a day, and one time is boxing, one time is WWE.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, or I'll take like a break in between the stream and then just the only thing that sucks is like you can't change the titles on YouTube. You can only do it like on X and IG and Twitch and shit. But I started gaming a little bit too. Like, you know, I'm just trying to like catch up. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the name of the game.
The Undisputed?
I do. I actually do. I don't think that it's as bad as people say. Like, I think if you are playing Fight Night, right? Like playing it like regularly or had playing it like a year ago and then you're playing Undisputed and you're doing direct comparison, yeah, I don't think it's as fun for sure. But in terms of the gameplay and it being fair, I think it works. Like, you know, yeah, some guys got quicker hands and that's going to give you an advantage. You know what it is? It's kind of like playing with Michael Vick in Madden back in the day, right? So like you could play Madden and it could be fair if you and your boys like, okay, well, we're gonna pick these guys, you know what I mean? It's gonna be fair. But if you're playing against somebody who's like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna take the edge all day long, you know, and they're picking the Michael Vick version of Undisputed, you know what I mean? It's tough to beat them, you know what I mean? So like from that sense, but I heard that EA is cracking ready for the Fight Night Round 5. I heard they put out like a fake
that rumor a
cover on
long
it.
time ago, and
Yeah, but
nothing's come from it, from what I've seen.
but that's because they just started the whole process of it. Like they didn't want to do it until they saw how popular Undisputed was getting, and then when they saw all the backlash, they said, "Oh, bro, we could slide in here." You know what I mean? Like
I still don't know that it's
definitely
possible.
slide in.
I still don't know that it's possible because of all the licensings, you know, all these separate licensing, these fighters. You got to make contracts with all these separate fighters. Some of these fighters have better managers than others that are going to become middlemen and just really ruin it. But listen, getting to the boxing here, we got obviously your boy Emanuel Navarrete getting back in the ring with Charly Suarez. You heard Alex Vega from South Florida not happy at all that Suarez is getting a shot. What's your thoughts on this May 10th card? Giovanni Stantilin on the undercard streams, and then it's allegedly a doubleheader with Zaul Abdulayev taking on Raymond Murataya.
Yeah, I got to hear his call, and man, I'll be honest, I think he made a lot of great points, and I think that the conversation in and of itself, right? Like, is it fair? No, it's not fair. It really isn't. And that's the end of that part of the conversation. But there's a macro conversation that we could bring into this in terms of like, you know, like what Turkey's talked about, whether the ring belt is going to become a single entity that he's going to try to like maintain and manage, similarly the way that the PBC had wanted to do. You know, getting rid of the 4 belts, the issues with the WBC, seemingly, you know, problems in paradise now. Like, we don't know what's coming, but we know the system is broken. We know when things can happen like this and you can completely ignore these factors, it ruins the sport for everybody. How are casual fans expected to follow this sport if they cannot go to a website and understand and comprehend why certain people are in certain spots, why there's a mix-up from IBF to WBO to WBC. Some guys are ranked in the top 5 that aren't even ranked in other ones. Like, make it make sense. The other day on my channel, we watched the documentary called Boxing In and Out.
Which is
Infighting Hub. Thank you, champ. I never literally say it on any other channel. On YouTube, you can go to Infighting Hub. Please go to Infighting Hub. That's 2 words, and subscribe to the YouTube. But you can watch me on X, Facebook, Twitch, IG. I don't care where you watch. It's all good, but please hit the sub on the YouTube. That helps the most. But we were watching Boxing Inside and Out. It's a documentary that they filmed from back when Rahman won the belt off of Lewis. You remember that? And then Rahman was in negotiations with Cedric, his promoter at the time, right? But then Don King swooped in, remember? So we watched this documentary together, right, as the community. And in it, we saw the IBF president at the time, or one of the board members, taking cash from Don King Associates to give better rankings. And they went after him, right? They went after him. Of course, not enough people flipped because boxing is broken for the people that are in it. So that's why this has never been fixed. This is why it's not going to be fixed with the same people running it, because they don't want a fix of it. They don't want the aspects that they can take advantage of to be self-corrected, right? It's like the medical field, right? They don't give you the they don't give you the solution. They give you a treatment that they can continue to profit off of.
So I'm assuming, I'm assuming, but I could be wrong, but I still want your opinion because you watch so many different sports. What's your thoughts on this TKO boxing league? Good thing, bad thing? Or is it more complex than just good and bad?
It very much so. It's more complex than good and bad. Here's what it's not. Okay. It's not taking over boxing. Okay. The way that contracts are done, the way that they're shifted, it would be impossible for any entity, no matter what, to become the sole proprietor as a promoter like Dana White wants, right? Because you have to deal with Eddie, you have to deal with Oscar, you have to deal with Bob and Al if you want the best and biggest fights. Now, what I think TKO is trying to do is create a UFC version of boxing. See, the last real big star the UFC created was Conor McGregor. And that was the biggest mistake of their of UFC's tenure. They realized that they gave him all the chips on the table and had nothing left. So today, the UFC doesn't promote stars. The UFC promotes the UFC. So whoever the UFC champion is, that makes the fighter. As of opposed to back in the day when the fighters like Rashad Evans, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Brock Lesnar, they made the belts. They were the big names that made the belts worthy of fighting for. Right? Today, they don't run things like that anymore, right? It's almost like baseball or football or basketball, a more organized situation where they have X amount of cards and dates per month, per year, and then they fill those dates without any sort of complications that have to do with like across the street shit or multiple promoters. So what he is trying to do, I think, is create a system where it's easier to follow. Like we talked about with casual fans, how do you follow the rankings today as they exist? WBC, WBO, all that. It's impossible for a casual fan to understand without going back and watching this show for the last decade to understand why it works the way it works and who it actually benefits. So today, if they create a system that's easier to follow, that is more marketable, and they're bringing guys like Andrew Tate in there or Aiden Ross or like these big streaming names, right, to capitalize on all of that stuff, it could become bigger. This is an unpopular thing to be said, Ness, but I'm just going to keep it real, right? One of the things that boxing lost was the white American fan, right? They all went to the UFC. Why? I'm not going to speculate into why or get into any of that, but it is
give me
the
your
truth.
why. Give me your why. But I do feel like that is gone. I don't like. That's why I felt like Caleb was getting big, and even Clay Callard, who was this MMA crossover, he was getting fairly decent with popularity. Nowhere near an A-lister for sure, but yeah, there's a void in the white Caucasian community, whatever the fuck you want to call it, when it comes to boxing. That's why I feel Tyson rose to, and Tyson Fury took, he kind of filled those American shoes, and he pandered to America, wearing the American flag outfit, kind of like the guy from the movie, can't remember now. Creed, what's his father's name?
Creed,
Apollo
Creed.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, bro. You're absolutely right. I could not agree with you more. It's a void. And whether people want to get into the political or socio-political aspects of it, like that's fine. Y'all can have that conversation. I don't mind, but it is the truth. Okay, you can see the numbers. Rolling Stone wrote a piece right before the election about how the UFC is now the new American pastime that surpassed baseball in a sense because who it caters to, right? So if you can get that demographic to side with a version of boxing that's easier to follow, that's more commercial friendly, that will actually make the fights that you want to see, then over time, can you take away the lore from the broken system and replace it with a better system? I don't know if that's possible, but I do think that's what TKO is trying to do. How do you work around the Muhammad Ali Act and things? There's a lot of complicated factors into it, but there is the void.
I'm in this place where it's like I don't believe he can do what people think he can do, because while he doesn't have any legal contract with Callum Walsh, he's been piping up Callum Walsh forever. UFC Fight Pass has been there forever. They've been streaming boxing forever. They haven't done anything. It doesn't make any waves. Callum Walsh isn't any bigger. He's not a player because he's on UFC Fight Pass, getting the audience of the quote-unquote UFC or the Dana fucking White, or like nothing's coming from it, and neither was anything coming from it when Lou DiBella was streaming fights there. It's just like, no, I never bought it. I didn't buy Peacock either. I'm not doing it anymore. Gone are the days that I'm just going to go to obscure networks to watch boxing because you got a TV deal. No, do better. Get on the zone. Do better.
Well said.
If Thomas LaManna could get on the zone, shout out to him. If Boxing Insider and Michael Goldberg could get on the zone, shout out to him. Dimitri Salita, as well as the big three, get your ass on the zone. You ain't getting my money. You're not getting my money.
And they're still doing content too. Like, that's the other part about it. It's like, does Peacock cater to boxing fans? No, they don't. Netflix is starting to do better, right? Like, you can go and there's a ton of combat sports. Yeah, absolutely. Combat sports is a fixture of Netflix today in a way that it never was before. I mean, they have entire columns, dedicated
you live or
to
what?
it.
You ain't said a word. I don't hear you breathing.
I'm not trying to interrupt y'all.
Bro, you got to get in there like double Dutch, man. You got to be like double Dutch, you know what I'm saying? Waiting to jump in that motherfucker and start jumping. Nah,
Hey,
but
what
what's
up
up,
with
bro?
y'all,
How
man?
you doing?
What's going on? Ness? Mario? Is that your name, champ?
That's
I see
Mario. That's
a
Mario. This is for.
Gotcha.
Let me properly introduce, which I should have done a long time ago.
Allow
This
me
is
to
Mario
properly
Mongia.
myself.
This is
Okay,
Mario
okay.
Mongia. He is a long-time host. He's been around for years. He's helped me build this brand, both as audio and writing. You know, he was one of our main writers. He's branched off and done many other things. He's into wrestling and has his own wrestling podcast. So I know a lot of you are into wrestling. It's so crazy how boxing fans are also wrestling fans. So get with Mario, follow him, check out his schedule because he's 70. He certainly does, WWE. I seen you titles with AEW. I mean, you do all this wrestling stuff. Look, the guy's all over it.
You're like this right here, huh, Mario?
Oh, my guy.
Yeah. That's professional.
My guy.
Look, from the maker.
Yo, that looks sick. Raiders?
Yeah, that's from the maker.
That's
right
nasty
there.
work, bro. Hey, at first when you pulled it out, I was about to throw up the Celo Miedo. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, shit, you got Pentamask? That's dope.
Shout out to Mario, who also got in the ring several times. Hey, shout out to Mario. Shout out to Mario that went 3 rounds. He went 3 rounds with Key.
Hey, I'm so glad you brought that up. Yo, I'm so glad you brought that up. Yo, is there a resume?
Were you guys just gonna leave that part out or what?
Gotten better than mine. Like, for real. Like, nobody
off
is
with
more
that, champ.
validated than me. I know, right? Like, yo,
wait.
That guy.
I gotta hear this.
Like, hold on. Hey, I just want to introduce myself. I went 3 rounds with Keem. That's all you should have said, champ.
That's right there. Hey, and I put him down in the first 10 seconds.
Oh, damn. They put him down.
He got a knockdown stolen from him. But that's all right. Keem is that guy. I'm not gonna cap.
Hey,
Let's
you
go.
should have started off with that, champ.
Let's go. He said, and I put him down in the first 10 seconds.
Hey, yo, it's in the intro of my fucking podcast. What are you talking about?
You put that in the intro? Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
And
Keem
the
a
show
highlight
kid.
reel. Keem a highlight reel. He got to give you the rematch now, bro.
Nah, man. Yo,
that's
no cap.
hilarious.
He that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a great fight.
Keem ain't stopped working. Keem ain't stopped working. He's a beast. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? Keller Plant and Charlo, double header, both on the same card, not fighting each other. What sort of opponents you think these guys are gonna get?
Good one. Well, I would like McCombie.
I like McCombie.
Yeah. And then for Caleb, man, that's a good one right now.
Wait, so you want McCombie for Charlo?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he wants. I interviewed him
Yeah.
today. He wants that too.
Yep.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I would like that. I want
That's
to
a
see
tough fight for
because that,
Charlo, for real. Like, a couple years ago, I wouldn't have said so. But I think right now, that's a difficult fight for Charlo.
Yeah, for Caleb it's hard because I know he likes big. It's like, what would he be good with making? And obviously, I want to make something that could be. I don't want to just make like my wish, right?
Yeah.
Caleb, man, Caleb.
I mean,
Oh
ideally,
man,
Caleb would want Berlanga, but that's off the table because
yeah.
this is
But
his date. They didn't
say I want to
negotiate.
wish. If I want to wish, I wouldn't mind a Caleb and a Canelo too. You know,
Oh,
me.
wow.
Me.
Yeah, nah,
That's just
Canelo's
me.
tied up, but we talking
I know.
realistic, though. We
I
talking
know.
realistic.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know for Caleb, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
So
Berlanga.
he's the interim WBA. Caleb is. He won that in his last fight. And from what I see here, if I move myself, Junior Johan is number 9. He's also should be in a fight. I feel like he just had a fight or he's scheduled to fight.
Yeah.
So we'll check this live. Let's see. Nope. I guess let me check in my email because I'm telling you, I've seen that he's supposed to have a fight. But yeah, Two-Tone the Superstar, what up? Have you met Mario Monguilla? Mario, Two-Tone Mario.
I know.
What up, bro?
What's going on, champ?
Meet you, fam. You replaced Marco?
Yeah, good to meet you finally. What you say? I didn't catch it.
You replaced Marco?
He was here before Marco.
Oh, okay. I said,
oh yeah. I'm from the Blog Talk days. You know?
He's OG, man. He's OG
before
status.
we even knew how to work a Skype call.
Damn. How long we talking, champ?
Tone
Like
come in
5
with the
years ago?
motherfucking machete, like shing, shing.
Damn.
You replace Marco?
Man, I was locked up at that time. I couldn't even watch TV at that time.
Yo,
yeah. Listen, hey, real quick, Ness. Let me say this, yo. I was so fired up as a OG TBV guy, hearing Homeboy go off the other day, bro. Just like the old days. Yo, shit, who was it? Puerto Rican kid. Went off on Haney's dad.
Gabriel Rosado.
Gabe, remember when Rosado and Kid Chocolate went at it?
He called them Chris Brown. He called
Chris Brown, yo.
He called Gabe Rosado Chris Brown. He had gold hair back then.
Hell yeah. And then he went after Gabe Montoya. Yo, that was like one of the like breakout TBV episodes. You know what I mean? Like that was like one of the first times a TBV show like caught fire with mainstream because everybody was talking about it. Like nobody did that back then. I know like right now people are listening like, yo, what's the big deal? Fighters go at it all the time on live. But nah, this was at a time where like, yo, that did not happen. You did not get two fighters on air at the same time. And the fact that Gabe Rosado went back and did it, bro. Oh, it was dope, dog. It's because it sounded the same thing. Like, you know, when Gabe gets hot, like that fucking, you know, hood comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't exactly, and you can't hide that. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. It was very nostalgic for real. Great word to use.
So it says here in this press release on 3/19 that he was supposed to fight March 22nd, which passed this past Saturday. Maybe BoxRec hasn't updated, but they had him facing Abel Mina, 18-3 and 9 KOs out of Ecuador, and this was supposed to be live at the Paramount. I wondered, did this fight take place? They got the official weights. It looks like maybe that fight got scrapped because I don't see an official weight for him for that fight. So maybe that's what happened. His opponent didn't. Okay, yes, it says Johan Abelman was canceled. Mina was brought in from Ecuador a few days before he refused to leave the hotel room to come down for the weigh-in and say he decided he does not want to fight Junior. What the fuck?
Man's got cold feet.
That's crazy. How do you fly someone in and he decides he ain't going to fight? That's a lawsuit, bro, because I'm sure the promoter paid for that ticket and hotel. You don't want to come down from the hotel that I paid for? Man, we about to eject you from this whole building. But anyway, Tone, man, what you got on the docket, man? Who you giving Keller Plant? Who would you like to see Keller Plant and Charlo fight since they allegedly on a doubleheader that's not going to be them facing each other?
Berlanga. That's who I want. Respectfully,
yeah, but it's got to be realistic. The fact that Caleb announced the date, you'll never get Berlanga. You can't announce a date and now you pull an A-side rank on Berlanga. That's the wrong thing to do for negotiations.
Yeah, man, we can't have nobody in there mid. They trying to do PBC trying to let's get Caleb Charlo on the card. Then they meet at the end. No, disgusting. Let them squabble right now. Caleb and Charlo need to be squabbling right now. You ain't got time to wait and build it up. The slap builds it up. And then how we know Jermall Charlo going to want to keep fighting after this fight? We don't know.
If he fight Huckleberry, he ain't making it out of this fight.
That's what I'm saying. He might get hit and child support is like he start thinking of child support.
How many people does anybody have him beating McCumbee off of this layoff? Like if they fight May 31st, McCumbee Charlo, who you picking?
Champ, I feel like the way the McCumbee fought against Caleb, I don't think Charlo can beat him right now, champ.
I mean, Charlo's been in some firefights with lesser punchers. Obviously, he was in a firefight with Juan Montiel Macias Montiel. And then he was in a nice fight with Jose Benavidez Jr., but those are smaller guys. Huckleberry, a.k.a. Trevor McCumbee, is actually a naturally, natural 168-pounder.
Would I pick
listen, I don't.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, champ.
No, I'm saying I'm definitely picking McCumbee over Jermall Charlo right now.
Really?
Respectfully, champ. I mean, I used to like Charlo. I mean, I like the Charlos, but I just hate that they went so inactive. But honestly, just the inactivity kills fighters, man.
Jaywalk is saying Charlo, man. What the hell? I don't know. Everybody's got Charlo, guys.
Yeah, listen, I think that Charlo is definitely the more skilled fighter. Like if we were to right now just put, 2 screens showing both of their fights, we could absolutely, you know what I'm saying? Like we could absolutely say, okay, this is the more skilled fighter. But for me, look, inactivity, that's what you said. Yeah, and that's the key word. Here's though the subcontext, because inactivity hurts all fighters, right?
You don't use it, you lose it.
Do during that, exactly. But what you do during that inactivity, that could exacerbate it, make it even harder, make it even worse. I'm not trying to come down, and I'm not judgmental at all. People could do whatever they want in the privacy of their home. If they're not hurting people, then there's no judgment coming from this place, okay? But speaking as a journalist who covers fights, I was on those lives, guys. I was on those lives. I don't know if y'all was on them lives. I don't know if y'all saw clips of them lives. But I seen his eyes plenty of times. Look, all I know is that the partying had gotten out of hand to a point where people try to step in. That was crazy, and then the brothers started beefing like over stuff that we didn't even really truly know what was going on. Like there's just so much innuendo. There's just so much unknown factors about Charlo that it's hard to actually pick him, knowing he's the more skilled fighter.
McCumbee got a lot of momentum behind him right now too.
Exactly. Momentum. That's, man, I was trying to think of the word too. Thank you. Exactly.
Coming off a great fight, the momentum, he's hot right now. He's on fire right now. So it's
I don't know. Charlo, on fire? Is he on fire off a loss?
I feel. Well, compared to Charlo, the way he lost, champ. But look at Berlanga. Berlanga got a lot of praise. Is the way he lost, because he went in there with that fire. No one. I mean, I didn't think McCumbee was gonna do that great, and the way he would hit, Caleb in the hip, Caleb would go damn near across the ring. I was like, damn, that's punching.
Yeah, man. I think Charlo, I don't know if he's ready, man. I don't know. I don't trust this man in the ring right now. It's giving Oliver McCall energy right now. I just think he'll go in there and just leave the ring, bro. I don't trust Charlo right now. I don't know if he's mentally there, bro. If they not fighting each other, I don't want Charlo on this card, bro. We don't know if he's ready.
We got Phil flexing $2. Appreciate you, Ness. Appreciate you, champ. Thanks for watching the live. We got Jerry Soriano $2. Caleb, quote unquote, pimp slap Plant versus Charlo. We'll do pay-per-view numbers. Yeah, unfortunately, that won't be happening now. They're on a doubleheader, is the rumor. Lowe's Nose Boxing $2. Mario, quote unquote, hip thrust Mongia, Mexican steel. Laugh out loud.
Yo, you the champ for that reference right there.
We got
I'm gonna beat him like a piece of meat.
We got 619 Cali Factor, $2. Plant versus Shiskin is a good one. Good for hardcores, horrible for the casuals. We got Clay Seattle, $2. Plant versus Lamana. That's too far up for Lamana. Lamana would have to move up to 68. I mean, you know, shout out to him, but we seen what happened with Laura at 60. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I
but
don't
I'm
know
always
that he can
I'm
go
always
up that
down
high.
to give Cornflake a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna always give him a shot and ride with my guy, but that's an uphill battle. He was supposed to actually move up to 68 to fight Charlo, and he was on the edge of getting that Charlo fight. We had him on the day. He didn't even say if he was still back in the running for that Charlo fight or not.
I like Boo Boo versus Charlo only if we can get Berlanga versus Plant. Now that's a pay-per-view right there. Plant Berlanga, Boo Boo Charlo. That's what I like.
Plant Berlanga, Boo Boo Charlo. That's a good doubleheader, but again,
Always
I
wanted to
just
see
don't
that fight.
see how you make that if the date is being announced for Plant. That's a big fight where you don't want to get any of the two guys upset. So you got to announce that as a fight, not like Caleb's fighting on May 31st and we're waiting for his opponent. I just don't see Berlanga and Keith Conley allowing themselves to be put in an opponent position.
Well, then in that case, champ, we're probably just gonna get something where it's like a low B side, where it's just gonna be some name where it's like he's just gonna be forced to take it. I guess that's what we're gonna get.
He's the B side though, bro. Like we got to stop acting like Berlanga. Like Berlanga was exactly where he should have been. You got whooped by Canelo.
How is he the B side? Like, look at his pay grade, bro. Like, you tripping.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? He was just over there with A-Rod, bro. Nobody even watched that show he was on with A-Rod. Respectfully,
who's A-Rod?
This man,
what are you talking about?
You don't even know. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know who he is. Nasty.
If you're talking about, I did see something with him with Alex Rodriguez, the former baseball player, Dominican. They used to date Jennifer. That is an A-lister in itself. He's a Hall of Fame Yankee player. If you're talking about that and the growing popularity of Berlanga, yeah, that's why I tell you that he's no one's opponent.
Bro, he's Plant's opponent.
You sound silly, bro.
Why would Berlanga be the A side?
No disrespect to Plant, but Plant was getting picked up off the floor. Berlanga was putting someone down on the floor. Optics matter for the casuals. When you run the highlights, you running highlights of Plant getting dropped.
Didn't Berlanga get dropped by Nichols? What nigga dropped Berlanga?
Who?
No,
Bro,
didn't somebody?
Wait, I got something for you, man. I got something for you. Hold on. This guy be
play the
having
hater.
control. No hate. No hate. It's what you done for me lately. Plant ain't getting no stoppage.
Bro, Plant went up against McCumbee, and if
Berlanga just knocked somebody through into a whole nother galaxy, bro. The left hook is a highlight reel. We seen his right hand man Yandel was there, like the part of the biggest Latin duo in like Latin music history was in his locker room and at the fight in a club show in Orlando, bro. Like y'all tripping.
Nah, but see here, the thing is that Tone is actually right. Okay, when he's breaking these things down, right? If you're just asking some person logically, should this guy have the clout that he thinks he has? No, but that's the point. Have y'all ever met anybody in boxing today who believes in themselves as a star as much as Berlanga does, right? This is all our own interpretations of the world. And in that man's world, bro, he's on the cusp of top 10 pound for pound. He's on the cusp of being the biggest fucking star to ever come out of boxing. Like, in his mind, he ain't going to be nobody's opponent. And I think that's what Ness is saying is like, he's not going to, even if he should be, even if he deserves to be, he ain't gonna accept that.
Never.
In Mexico, they say, bájate de la nube.
Just like you said, Mario, just like you said, could Berlanga cosplay an A-side fighter if he was with the UFC?
That's a great word to use. I love the way you phrase that.
No, he could not. Absolutely not. Ness puts Berlanga up here. In the real world,
Bruh.
Eddie Hearn.
Let me show you something, man. Go ahead and help me out here, assistant. Oh, wait. I think we got to adjust this for you.
It's considered a major draw for film or television projects, often being one of the top names on a casting list. These actors usually have significant box office appeal and can attract audiences to a project based on their star power. The term can also refer to actors who are part of a specific list, such as A-list, B-list, etc., where A-list actors are the most famous and successful, while B-list actors may have less recognition but still have established careers. Would you like to know more about specific A-list actors or their roles?
No. We good. So just to show you guys what an A-list actor is, and that was the analogy that I was using earlier in the show. And I said Plant was an A-list actor. I said Plant was an A-list actor in the boxing world, right? But Berlanga is also an A-list actor based off the facts of the definition of the term.
Overnight,
it's there. He's a guy that's a box office draw. He's a guy.
You know what the metaphor is? I got the metaphor for you right here, right? You look at the Affleck brothers, right? One of them's talented and the other one was like, all right, but he had been in so many big movies alongside other A-listers that today we consider him an A-lister, even though he doesn't have the same chops and the same resume as his much more famous older brother. You know what I mean? And that's Berlanga. He's been in movies, but we'll call like fights, but movies and that.
Yo, you out of control,
you know what I'm saying? He's been in that.
Bro. Like, bro, you talking to a dude that would love to have a movie podcast. You gonna disrespect Berlanga, call him fucking Casey Affleck? He's Casey Affleck?
That's a good. That's a
no,
good
no,
for
no,
Berlanga.
no, no.
That's
Listen
a
to
good
me. Listen to me,
metaphor
Mario. Like, who in the unpopular world is hanging with Casey Affleck? Like, just because?
Casey's hanging with them. That's the point. Nobody's hanging with
point.
Berlanga. Berlanga's hanging with Fat Joe. Berlanga's hanging with A-Rod. He's the tag along.
No, but you see, that's where you're wrong. Fat Joe is at his fight.
Bro.
Yandel. No. Like, I'm not joking. Like, Yandel from We Singin' Yandel, he's at Berlanga's fight. How is he hanging with them?
Bro, the first time we ever talked about Berlanga, the first time we didn't even say anything about his fighting. All we said was, yo, Joe put the piece on him. Like, that's all we talked about.
Yeah,
that was the big thing back then, yo.
For sure. For the urban community.
I'm not saying you can't put the chain on Kanye and then he goes off and be something bigger. But bro, come on, yo, Berlanga at this point, he hasn't achieved anything bigger than joining Fat Joe's crew. Like, let's be real. Like, he's been in the show, but what's he done? You know what I'm saying? So, like, how's he moved? So Casey Affleck is absolutely the metaphor. He certainly isn't Batman, right? We ain't gonna call him Batman, champ.
Well,
He ain't gonna get that role.
bro,
He ain't
I
gonna
feel
Casey
like
get
I
that
feel
Affleck.
like
guy.
Casey
you
Affleck is
know,
a
I don't know,
horrible
Mario,
reference, bro.
but
Horrible
Nah, you're
reference.
tripping. You're tripping.
what you could say is that everybody in that stadium was cheering for Berlanga that night, champ. And it's hard to win these boxing fans over. That's one thing. So
Who was
if
cheering for Berlanga?
what's that? What's that?
Who was
What's that
cheering
tone?
for Berlanga? Who?
All
Man,
the
the whole
stars he
stadium was
brought
going
out.
crazy,
The,
man.
to the
Everybody was going
audience.
crazy.
Bro.
It was, man. Everybody, most people gave
The
Berlanga
George
respect.
Clooney Batman, the George Clooney Batman, that's Berlanga. You know, Belly 2. Berlanga.
So you mean to tell me? You mean to
Belly
tell me?
too?
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me they shitted on Berlanga after the Canelo fight?
Bro,
They
Isaac
We
Pitt.
did, but
Hold on. What was the main event when Isaac Pitbull Cruz fought Rolly? Who was the main event that night?
Oh man,
Was that a Canelo card? I don't know who card that was.
I don't remember.
But Pitbull sold tickets. It was lit in there. Berlanga versus Homeboy, bro. Nobody came to see Berlanga.
Bro,
It was-
Pitbull
yeah,
never main event. Pitbull never main event. Berlanga been main eventing since he fucking left Top Rank.
Bro, he was just on an undercard, bro.
Contract. How many times
Yeah,
Eddie came out and said that's what they stipulated? Yeah, you
Only
wildin'
real
right now. The
hardcore
hate is real
definitely
with
knew
this
who
guy.
Berlanga was before Canelo. But you know, Canelo, that's what happens when you fight Canelo. It's like
Bro,
most of the
don't
opponents.
say
know,
only
we
hard.
didn't know.
Listen, let's not turn this into a Berlanga show, but that's how you know he's the A-lister. This is supposed to be a plant show about who he should fight.
It turned into a Berlanga show.
Like, y'all don't
It
want to
should be
believe the
Berlanga.
truth.
no, it's because he's the Roman Reigns of boxing. They force him down our throat and try to make us love him,
Who's
even though he
forcing him?
hasn't. Bro, stop. Top Rank didn't start counting down his knockout streak to get to Mike Tyson on
Of cour-
ESPN, bro.
That's
Stop it. That was the biggest
marketing.
COVID narrative.
That's genius.
It was. And after all that marketing, after all that Fat Joe love and A-Rod love, what has he shown for it?
Bro,
Nada,
how dare you? How dare you
Yeah,
as a fucking
and
longtime
by the way,
Canelo
Pitbull got-
fan?
Pitbull got
No.
fans,
Wait a minute. You're a
But I ain't agree
longtime
with him,
Canelo
though.
fan. You're a longtime Canelo fan. You telling me he didn't do better than Liam Smith? You telling me
I mean-
he didn't do better than fucking Callum? I'm not gonna do nothing but stay in the
Right.
high guard and let my fucking bicep get beat up.
Yeah.
Like, first of all you dudes, everybody had him being knocked out in 3. Like, what are y'all talking about? Now y'all the haters' excuse turned from he's getting knocked out in 3, that bum, to well, man, he was
I did say he was
215
gonna get
pounds.
dropped, too.
He was
I said
215
that.
pounds. Come on, Ness. He a weight bully.
Yeah.
He was 200 pounds. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all picked him to get knocked out. Liam
Yeah.
Smith was
Not
on
knocked
the floor
out. I had him getting
crying.
dropped.
Liam
I had him
Smith was
getting
on the
dropped.
floor in front of 50,000 people crying, holding his sign. Ooh, and body shot.
Yo, you lowering the bar.
The other Liam holding his bicep. Ooh, my bicep. Sorry, Canelo. Billy
Yo,
Joe face
you
broken.
lowering this
Billy Joe
bar
face
so
broken.
much for
Didn't Billy
Berlanga.
Joe have to take half his
Lowering
face to the
bar
ER?
to
Didn't they have to pick
compare
up his face?
Berlanga's performance to Canelo with UK guys that I'm pretty sure you used the B word about back then, and to say that Berlanga matched some weird goal you set for him. I mean, bro, that bar is so low. Nobody's getting under that thing. Like, come on, champ. Like, what are we talking about here? Let's talk about actual fights he's won. Let's talk about actual
Did
accomplishments.
you win
he's
your bet or
made
not? Did you
on
win your
the
bet or
big
not?
screen?
Did you
Sure,
have Canelo
sure,
knocking him
sure.
out? You had Canelo knocking him out.
No. I took the parlay that night. But you have to be in a situation where
Parlay
you're
don't mean
seeing
you
that
had him
you're
knocking out.
asking yourself, what did we expect? So we should so we should give him his flowers for not getting flattened in 3 rounds? Because a bunch of people just wanted to see that?
Yes,
Oh my
because
God.
y'all
Okay.
counted him out. Y'all counted
Okay.
him out. Y'all counted him out.
Okay, so-
He exceeded your expectations. That's supposed to be the natural reaction.
And that's why I think
I
he
guess
won a lot
Ryan
of people
Garcia's
over, which you
pound
won me
for
because I
pound
thought he
top-
was gonna get. I thought Canelo was gonna win the fight, but I thought he was gonna at least drop him a couple, like once or twice.
Bro,
But
they had that man
he
getting
exceeded
stopped.
my expectations and a lot others too. You know, and I
And
feel like that's why Berlanga got what he got out of this fight.
And this
I
is what
agree with
bothers
that.
me. Berlanga's such a bum, but you got Two-Tone begging. He's begging. Oh, please come up to 175 and fight David. Then you got Two-Tone on this show. Oh, he should fight Plant. Y'all begging for Berlanga, but y'all saying he's a bum and he's not an A-lister, but y'all begging him. Y'all begging him to fight your favorite fighters. Begging him.
Mario, how did they treat Raymond?
And you gotta understand, dude, too, that
How
he's
do they
only
treat
getting better.
Roman Reigns
He's only
now?
progressing. He's only
How they treat Roman
progressing.
now?
They love him after he went through the gauntlet. They love him now. They love him after. They love him, love him, love him. He is one of the, if not the most popular wrestlers today, which includes Cena, Punk, anybody you want to mention. They love him because he passed the test.
But do you think, like, right now, since he came back, they having him in regular matches? They not really like Vince McMahon
him like that?
would put him back up. Like, he would be back up there if Vince was running the show.
Absolutely.
Respect.
He'd be in the title match right now.
Yeah, see, Berlanga is like, let me go in hip-hop terms, like A-list rappers. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Nicki Minaj. Those are A-list rappers. Rick Ross looks like an A-list rapper, but Rick Ross is opening up for Bow Wow. It's different, bro. Berlanga thinks.
Yeah, that is different for real.
Berlanga thinks he's an A-list fighter, and really, you an undercard guy, bro.
And champ, I feel like if he does, his next couple fights is gonna prove doubts. And if you doubt him after these next couple ones, champ, that's a personal problem. You feel me?
I don't have any problems with people.
I see Berlanga progressing, champ. Like from his last fights and and where the pedigree he grew up with, the Shakurs and all them, you know, he's only getting better. Like his trajectory, champ, is like toof. So we're gonna expect more from him, and he has to deliver because we demand to deliver. So it's like the pressure's on him, champ, and we're gonna be right down his throat too if with his next fight.
That's the narrative they started with.
I got a couple callers, guys. Let me get to Big Gucci Nick. What it do? What up, gang?
Angel, wow. He said Rick Ross.
What up, man?
What up?
Shout out to Tone the Superstar. 7-0 Doge. Man, I can't fucking believe the OG Mario Munguia is back, man. That is fire, bro. Yo, when I heard his voice, Ness, I was like, damn, that shit took me back to memory lane, man. I remember Mario back in the day was spitting them bars, bro. Y'all don't know that, but my boy got the bars.
Yo,
Mario,
but that Mario
Thank
is
you for
legend,
telling
man.
him.
He beat the OG Stainless in the battle rap, bro.
Hell yeah, I remember that, man. I remember that.
Damn,
that was
Stainless.
fire. But yo, fire fight right here, man. I mean, Plant versus Charlo. This is a good fight, man. Yo, Mario, who you got in this fight?
Whoa, you tripping. This a double header. They not fighting each other. PBC don't do that good shit. They do that crazy shit.
Oh, damn. I knew it was too good to be true, bro. This whole time I was thinking it's Charlo playing. Damn, that's ass. That's crazy. So who the hell Charlo playing?
Oh, we don't know.
That's what we wondering.
We trying to think of opponents. We hoping he get Huckleberry. We want him to fight McCumbee.
Yeah, no, I want him to fight McCumbee, man. And I think he loses to McCumbee, which is it's kind of sad because he's going to lose that O. The Plant fight ain't going to be as big if he loses that O, man. But I don't know if he beats like a McCumbee, man. McCumbee coming off a loss is going to have a chip on his shoulder, man. He's going to want to get back in the game. And he know Charlo, a big name in the division. You feel me? You know, that O is going to be valuable, man. To take undefeated fighters O that has a name. McCumbee's going to be coming in there if that fight ever happens. I don't honestly see. I think even Charlo knows that's a dangerous fight, man. I don't even see him taking a McCumbee fight. But Plant, yo, I would love to see Plant fight. Oh damn, I can't even say Jaime because Jaime's fighting Sriracha in that Canelo card. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was thinking this whole time it's Charlo Plant, so I don't know who Plant would be fighting individually or Charlo. That's kind of sad. Too good to be true, man. Ain't one of them turkey cards, that's for sure. But yo, man, Charlo, when I saw that Benavidez fight, he kept hitting that same combination, man. Left uppercut, straight right, and then the left hook. He got a small bag, man. He got a small bag. I feel like Plant got way more skills than him, man. He's levels above him. But look, I've always said Charlo hits like a mule, bro. He hits like a mule, and he's still undefeated, so he don't know how to lose, man. It's gonna be a barn burner. To see Charlo versus Plant, man. That's the fight we need to see. They need to stop teasing us with this double header shit. That's crazy. But yeah, that's all I got, gang.
Does Berlanga got a bag? What bag Berlanga got? He got a bag?
I'll show you his bag right now, man. Since you can't get him out your fucking mind, I'll show you his bag right now. I'll show you his bag right now. Look, this is bag right here. This is bag. Where is that? Where was that newest post you put, champ? Oh, this the one? Where the bag at?
That ain't the bag.
Where the post at? Oh, it's this one. Hey. Oh, I ain't like that shit. My bad, champ. Oh, that's Fat Joe. Oh, but they go Ness right there. They go Ness right there. Ness. Let's go, Ness. Hey, yo.
You in the comments? That's nasty.
Hell yeah, I'm in the comments, man. I'm showing y'all how to support your favorite fighter, man. This how you support. Look, whipping up to the Urus. We gonna move on from there. Oh, that's the bag right there. That's the one you was looking for? You see he don't do no fruity shit. You see he ain't doing no fruity shit. That's a duffel. What you put money in. He put a duffel because you put money, but you see we got the camouflage pants sensation. We got the camouflage pants sensation. In case shit get crazy out here, we got to snipe something. Pew pew.
He got the fish scale. He got the fish scale Gucci bag.
Ooh, what's that? I don't know about them expensive watches. I don't know about them expensive watches. What's that? A Richie Millie or some shit? I don't know nothing about them expensive watches. What about that ring though? He got the Jesus Christ is Latter-day Saints ring going on. Y'all, they go another picture of the bag. They go another picture of the bag right there.
See,
they go another picture of the bag right there. All right, that's
show
enough. Yo, why it's still showing like I ain't like it? Instagram got look, he ain't letting me like it. Look,
I see that.
Why you in the comments, bro? That's wild. I ain't never seen that.
They think you're a bot.
Tone, for lying now, I'm no longer in your comments because I was just in your comments. I think I replied to DJ saying some shit about you brushing your bald ass head. She like, what you brushing? You feel me? But that's all right. Now I'm not about to support him since he hating on me supporting the next man.
Hey, I'm not showing nobody love.
No, you was in them comments hating. No, you wasn't in there support. You was in there hating. Laugh now, cry later, niggas. They're gonna slither off into the night.
My wife gonna bring me a dead lighter.
Oh, I didn't get a lighter too. No. Show that private jet, man. Show who we blowing through the bag. Man.
Oh, you seen that private jet? And that was a sponsorship. He ain't even had to pay for that. Let me see. Where's that? Is that this one you talk about? The freebie?
No, that's paid for.
Look,
freebie.
Look. Movie star shit. Private PJ with Lil Chosen. With Lil Chosen.
No,
I ain't even screen sharing. Hold on, let me show it to y'all.
That was paid for, man.
You're a hater, bro. Why you always hating?
That was paid for.
Hating.
702. Look at that. Look at the barcode on the plane.
Hey, yo, they whipped up nasty to the private. Yo. Hey, yo.
Blowing through the bag. Look, Berlanga got a sprinter.
Blowing through the bag.
Lambo. The Urus.
Blowing through the bag.
You said look at the wing.
PJ.
Look at the wing number.
How we blowing through the bag? How we blowing through the bag when we getting double the money your favorite fighter getting, man?
blowing through the bag. He about to be on Pro Box, nigga.
Hey yo, listen, y'all really want me to hate? I'ma hate for real. I mean Glaze for real. Listen. Cesar Cesar is reporting that Berlanga had to pay 1.6. Like, we did the math. I don't know how the fuck that's possible, but that's how much money he making according to Cesar Cesar. You know what I'm saying?
The percentage. What was the percentage?
Crazy. No, that's my point. That's why I said I told people on my audience.
1.6. The percentage?
When I told y'all that last time that it's supposed to be based off percentage, I said that the news had to be fake because it's like how you paying a percentage of your purse and you giving up to your opponent 1.6 or 1.7. It just don't make sense. But again, according to Cesar Cesar, that's how much money my man Berlanga making out here on these Orlando streets, man. Don't hate. Look, y'all done turned the show into something it wasn't, man. Let me get to some callers because y'all hating, bro. Actually, let me get these super chats here. We gonna keep catching up. Tone the hater. About boxing with AB, $2, full panel. Face with Hardin smoke out the nose. Great show, all love. Hashtag snack pack. Scythe Bud, $2. Charlo, which represents the line emoji versus Ustatigi. I like that, actually. I don't mind that. And UF, cursing emoji. Oh, UF and casuals. Duh. Okay. Jay, welcome to the contender level. Welcome to the contender level, Jay. Rocking. Mario cooking so good right now, Ness might kick him out. Hater. Jerry Soriano, $2. David Benavidez would end Berlanga's career. A royal beatdown. But this is what y'all doing. 175-pounder. Y'all hating. This is just natural. But you know what? Toma. Puerto Rico. Anytime y'all hate, we gonna meet y'all with Berlanga love, man. Huang out of Houston.
Bro, Berlanga missed weight.
Say again?
You missed weight. Go up to 175, bro.
Listen, we an A-lister. We get to renegotiate. You ain't see that? We still got the belt, and we renegotiate. We didn't miss weight. We just told that dude, you the B-side, throw that contract out. Here's the new one. Like, what y'all talking about, man?
Ness's fucking hype train is running on threads right now, bro. Damn.
Bro, did he not
just fought a plumber?
Mario, you out of all people, this is a sad day because you come from the Gennady Golovkin era. You know Mantequilla. You gonna act like Mantequilla's not good?
No. I absolutely credit him. And you know who else credited him? Caleb Plant, when he roasted your boy on X and all the social medias talking about who was the real pro in that fight. The guy that made weight or the guy that didn't. And I mean, Champ, listen, it's not even
Caleb
like
just wants
it's
to
not even like I'm hating.
He just
I
wants
get it,
a
I get it,
shot.
but it's not even that you're absolutely right. I know the game, but you have to understand that it's like, no, we didn't have to like, and I'm not saying you're making up reasons, but we didn't have to fight so hard to convince people that Canelo was a star or Floyd was a star. Like, even in their uprising, you could just see it, bro. You knew it. You knew it was there. And I'm just saying, like,
so you're saying you don't see it in Berlanga?
I'm saying the jury's out still.
So you saying you haven't realized? So you saying you haven't realized he does more ticket sales than Lomachenko?
No, absolutely. He's a star in that sense. I'm not saying he's not marketable. I'm saying I don't think his level of marketability matches his talent ability and his ability to match or exceed that, like the other names that we've talked about. Like, I think Caleb Plant could be much better than we consider him today. I don't see that with Berlanga.
You didn't notice that he already learned from the Canelo fight? How did Canelo drop him? Tell the world.
Absolutely. Listen, and not
How'd he
only that,
drop
real
him?
quick,
How'd
I'm
he
going to say
drop
this.
him?
Hold on, real quick. Let me just make this point. And at the end of the day, when you look at what they marketed him as in Top Rank during the COVID bubble, right? They got it wrong. But he's learned since then. He's gotten better. Nobody's doubting that, Ness. But yo, I mean, when you talk about a guy that's been given all the breaks, like Roman Reigns is the name to metaphor here, because that's Berlanga in a nutshell, homie. Like, yo, I just can you imagine if some of these other guys that we knew in the past that didn't get all the breaks, like what kind of stars would they have been? Homeboy that passed away, in the jail in Venezuela. Like, I know we talk, huh? Oh, my bad. Like Edwin Valero, right? Like imagine Edwin Valero didn't have to come from like this crazy situation that he was in, and he could have just been like, have a rapper throw the chain on him and he's all good. Like, what would have come from that life? I'm just saying, like, Berlanga has a lot of breaks.
I hear you, man. I hear you. We got a couple super chats to get to. I got Huang out of Houston, member for 24 months on a champ level. Salute, Huang. Salute. He says, Yandel gave Berlanga the blessing. Now Berlanga, one of the chosen few. Shout out to that reference.
That was a good one.
I get that reference, bro. I had that chosen few album. Jaywalk, $2. Yeah, Mario, Cook, Berlanga, Nesby, Gasson. Y'all just haters. Alex Vega, $5. Ness, you forced Berlanga on us today. Two Tone said his name, it's not because he's good, it's so he can fight someone with a heartbeat and get exposed again. You are a Puerto Rican hater. That's all. Jerry Soriano, $2. TBV, let's do a Berlanga Canelo rewatch party. I'm down. He learned so much in that fight. That's what I was see. Mario didn't want to fall for that trap because he knows Berlanga got dropped with the left hook. It's the same left hook that he learned from and then dropped Gonzalez with. Same way. The check. Pop. He learned that from Canelo, but y'all don't see that. Y'all only see the negative. Nano, $5. In this movie star analogy, Berlanga versus Canelo was a blockbuster. Berlanga's last fight was an indie movie. Jake Paul does parodies. You're lying. His last fight was not an indie, and that's what I specifically said to Mario. He does more ticket sales in Orlando than Lomachenko did anywhere where he headlined on his own. When Lomachenko
That doesn't make it not an indie.
When Lomachenko headlined in UK, that's Corolla's audience. When Lomachenko headlined with Devin, that's Devin's audience. Like when he headlined with Tio's audience. When he headlined with Mariaga, he didn't do 7,000. He didn't do fucking 5,000. When he headlined with Nicholas Walters, he didn't do the 7 or the 14 that he did with Devin or Tio. Tio 7, 14 with like he never did those numbers without an urban fighter. He just never did. Like, yeah, you talking about me forcing? At least I'm forcing facts. Berlanga sells more than Loma. Loma never sold, but they said he was a star. But I'm delusional.
Yeah, but what was that event? The event itself and what they put into determines it being an indie versus it being a motion blockbuster, not the sales. The film that won the Academy Awards this year about the stripper, she that was an independent film. Nora, yeah, it was actually really good. Nah, it was a good ass film. That was dope.
Ass, man. I swear to God, my audience,
bro. That was
my
a dope
audience
ass
is like,
film.
Ness, you gotta find this movie. I'm even trying to pay for this motherfucker, and I can't find it. Shit finally comes
It's
out.
on Hulu.
No,
Yeah.
now it comes out. Man, that shit was so ass. What was good about
No, you're
it?
tripping. But listen, real quick, let me just finish the analogy. That was an independent film that grossed a ton of money and ended up getting all these awards, right? You can look at Berlanga's performance and say, oh, that was a blockbuster performance, but the event itself was a low budget, Hollywood independent film. That's exactly what it was. It's the correct metaphor or analogy, whatever you want to say. It works
That
in
movie
every
was super
single
ass,
way.
man. That movie was super
Bro,
ass,
you're
bro.
tripping.
You could
You're
tell. You could
tripping.
tell that the person that wrote it never been through nothing, so he made the girl so weak because no woman in my area, especially no street worker, especially no stripper. She wasn't a street worker or a prostitute. Let's be clear. She kept saying she wasn't a prostitute. She definitely never had a role of a street worker. She was only in a strip club. So we'll leave it at that. But ain't no strip club
she was
in the
giving that
tri-state.
number out, bro.
Huh?
She was giving that number out. What are you talking about, bro? When
Yo,
you give
but
that number out, that's what
give
you're doing.
You gave your number out. You never had a sex scene. You never had a sex scene with any of your clients. Only the one kid.
Yeah, because we only saw her in that week where that dude was paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you gonna keep working at McDonald's all day when you're gonna get $1,000 to cook one burger?
I'm going off the movie. You got no facts to indicate that she was a sex
pro.
worker. You have no
Bro,
facts
she
to indicate
gave
that.
him his
she
number
denied
to
it.
hang out and had sex that he paid for. Like,
Because
she might be a stripper, but she's moonlighting on the side.
Okay. You're right. She's definitely, but I think it was because she could tell the dude was rich. He was splurging
absolutely.
on her.
She was
You know
getting
what
her
I'm saying?
hustle on. Yeah, she was hustling that.
I don't
dude,
think
for sure.
that she's like a 9-to-5 sex worker.
No, not at all. No, that was a hustle for sure. She saw an opening and she tried to take it. That's what I liked about it.
So again, I go back to what I'm saying. Real life, anybody like I know Tone. Tone, did you watch the movie? Honora?
No, I have not.
All right, but these are simple questions. You a dude that always talks about strip clubs. Can you ever see a stripper that you know from any of the clubs you've been to get taken out the club by a rich man? Somehow he pays for her to be with him. He pays for her to be with him the whole week. He fake falls in love with her. They go to Vegas, get married, and now his mom and father come into the picture and force her to get a divorce. Can you see that happening from anywhere from Phoenix? Any stripper from Phoenix?
No.
The family's Russian oligarchs. He left that part out.
It don't matter if you.
So they got
it don't matter if you.
It don't
fucking,
matter when the KGB has got that thing to your head.
No,
What?
it don't matter. No, it don't fucking matter. This movie is set in 2025. It don't fucking matter about no fake Russian bullshit.
Fake? Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
No proof.
Yo.
No proof.
I ain't
He's
saying
KGB.
nothing,
None of
Mr.
that
Putin.
bullshit.
I didn't
no
say
proof.
nothing.
Man,
You're
listen.
tripping, dog. These are like some of the most violent gangsters in the world.
They
in
ain't
the
do
world.
a gangster
I know
thing
that.
in that movie. They ain't do one gangster thing in that movie. They ain't do one
Yo,
gangster thing in that movie. They were so gangster,
know.
she broke one of their nose. Man, get the fuck out of here. My man sitting on the
they
couch
tied
with
her
a
up.
broken nose. They had to tie her up. You ain't no fucking KGB. More like stupid dummies. Two stupid dummies.
You know,
and she
it's
was
like the
dumb
mafia.
up.
It's the
She was
same-
dumb up.
there's-
Listen, no
those are the
stripper,
soldiers, like-
no stripper from my hood ever letting somebody parents take him to go get a fucking what is it
Bro,
called?
what do you think the lover boy
annulment.
method is? What do you think the lover boy method is? What do you think Andrew Tate is in trouble for? Like, these dudes, like, that's what they do. They pay for these women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Andrew Tate's like, oh, I'm going to give you game on how to pick up women, but all the women around him are paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even hating. Like, that's not me talking shit or judging at all. I'm just saying the truth is the sex game is a economics like any other economics, like oil, like fucking food, anything else, right?
I'm just
and they
saying,
work that
man,
system
I'm
the way
not
they work
seeing
it.
no woman in my area, in the tri-state area, that was a stripper is ever taking $10,000 as a parting gift for a divorce that doesn't have a prenup with a rich man. It's not happening. They would rather you kill them.
That was weak.
They would
part.
rather
That
you
was a weak
kill them.
part.
You telling me somebody's parents gonna fly in and say, my son made a mistake, you not getting married, we about to annul this, and they just gonna walk around with you. They was kidnapping her. Like, this is what I'm saying. The whole movie was ass. They physically forcing her in cars. She's not screaming when there's people around to get help. Man, that shit was so double would, but this is what happens in society. The garbage gets an award somehow. It was so unrealistic. Like, in this day and age, tell me, how are you and 702 forcing a woman in a car, forcing a woman out of an apartment, forcing a woman into a courthouse, forcing a
Not
woman
today.
like forcing a woman in court.
Hell no.
In court. She didn't even say, Your Honor, they forcing me. All of them right here. Like, how fake is that movie, Champ?
Hell
How can you
no.
believe
Bro,
that?
Not bro.
You're
Bro,
KGB.
now,
You're
bro.
KGB. You're
Bro,
KGB,
videos
so
all
I'm
the
not afraid for
time.
my
You're
life.
tripping.
No, you're KGB.
Hey,
I'm not
listen.
afraid for my life.
Of course, of course.
Hey, so
What
I
movie,
mean,
hey, what movie are you guys talking about again? I ain't even-
Berlanga
It's called Anora. It's on Hulu.
did force a parade, bro. Just saying.
What?
He forced a parade. Berlanga forced a parade, bro.
Bro,
I'm
you a
just
hater.
saying.
The only dude that got that type of reception was Tank, and that's what y'all hate. That he on that Tank level. Nobody's
Forced
city
the
ever
parade.
come out. Nobody's city ever come out like that. Only Meek Mill, Philly for Meek, and then like the whole little, Baltimore for Tank. But
Bro, I
you
just got
never
my hair
seen
done
you
2
never
days ago,
seen
too.
what Berlanga got other than for Meek Mills or Tank, and that's what you mad at. That's what. Wait, where? Show me. Show me. Show
I
me.
thought you were there. I thought you were there.
No, that's a real parade. We ain't gonna
That's what I'm
disrespect.
saying.
We ain't gonna disrespect. No. Crawford got a real
Oh, you're talking.
parade.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood
Tank,
what the point you're
Tank
making.
and Berlanga got like a hood fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like the hood came out for them. That was different.
It was
Crawford got
propaganda,
a legitimate parade with the city involved. No, that's different.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
Matt Bent, $102. Charlo not active, needs a tune-up, just like Edwin. I agree with Edwin getting a tune-up, but not a title shot. DJ Double D, member for 8 months. This panel tonight is a whole vibe. Fire emoji. Shout out to you, Ness, getting us through our workday, and shout out to everyone in the chat. Hashtag TBV, hashtag fire emoji, boxing glove emoji, salute emoji. Queen City Cobra, Manchester Mario has returned. You remember Anthony?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We
Cobra,
got
bro.
Jaime Hernandez, $5. Ness, go to the archives and roll the tape of El Big O Team, a.k.a. Mario Munguia. A.k.a. Marioski versus Keem.
Oh,
I don't know what he meant, though. El Big O Time. Maybe you read, I don't know what he meant to write there. He could be driving. But
Champ, he wants you to put the tape where they were scrapping.
Is that a word? Bigotín? Is that some Spanish shit? I was trying to say it in English. I never heard of that shit in my life. But Mario, I'm sure you got the highlights. Send it to me.
Like he's got a el bigotín.
Bigotín, mustache.
Yeah.
Bigotín. Okay. That's slang. That's slang. Because bigote is mustache. So bigotín. Okay. That went over my head. My bad. Mario, you don't got the highlight?
Yeah. I'm sending it to you.
You the man. Have Boxing gifted 1 membership. Jerry back with another 2. Berlanga is a star that needs to be moved with care. Nano, member for 13 months on the prospect level. Okay, perfect comparison then. His last fight was ass. I don't know what you mean or who you talking about. Jerry
real, though.
Soriano, $2. I mean, Berlanga got a knockout, so you can't be talking about Berlanga. Maybe he's talking about Plant because he got dropped like 3 times. Berlanga needs to be matched up like Tank. Real talk. I mean, Tank fought like 9 champs. Tevin Smith, $10. Thank God we finally got someone on here to tell Ness the truth about the Puerto Rican Dracula. Dracula emoji. Some people know him, but he ain't no star emoji. 1 lump sum, $2. I was at Loma Walters. It was like 2,000 seat arena. Exactly. He's not a fucking star. And whenever he fought at MGM Harbor, 2,800 people, he needed a Latino or a Devin Haney. He needed T.O. or Devin Haney whenever he did his biggest numbers. And outside of that was with Anthony Carolla in the UK, which the UK, you put anybody in the ring and they're going to fucking be there. And that's just the truth. I was literally in Manchester Arena or the O2 Arena. You got to tell me where I was at. Once I tell you the fight, you'll remember. And I mean to the UK public that's listening. AJ versus Franklin. We was in that arena. The one across the street was sold out. Black Box or whatever the fuck is Dean White's brother, Dillian White's brother, he was holding an event, 2,000 seat arena, sold out. Same fucking venue, bro. Same fucking venue. Imagine Madison Square Garden being sold out and the theater same night. For boxing. Not Madison Square Garden with Kodo sold out and then they got the theater, some comedy show. No. Boxing. Two different fucking main events. That's the UK. You can't compare us to them. They really love this sport. We are a bunch of fucking assholes. We got Hugo trying you again. Haney don't sell nothing, but he had 14,000 with Regis and 17,000 with Regis, 14,000 with Loma. Shut your stupid ass up. Put you on timeout for a few minutes. Dom, what up?
Ness.
Yo.
Since we on the topic and this is halfway the movie voice, yeah, Honora, ass.
Thank you.
I can't believe that.
Was it
won
realistic
Best
to you?
Picture.
Look
No,
at this.
not
Thank
at all. Especially, like you said, her family supposed to be big and bad and gangster. Didn't do anything to intimidate her. Had nothing against her. She had all the power, and she relinquished it. And somebody who liked the film might say, "Well, that's the point. That's the point." She went all this way just to be the same at the end, and be at the mercy of these people that she's serving. But it went against the entire plot that they established, and the plot wasn't even good. But I could talk about that all day. What I can't talk about all day is this trash ass card that got announced, and I'm tired of these halfway announcements. We need some more structure in boxing, especially at the time that we have where leagues and things are being announced, new promoters and whatnot. These halfway announcements, I mean, does this have a date, Ness?
May 31st. If you're talking Charlo Plan doubleheader, May 31st.
Yes. But we don't know the opponent for the main event?
For either. We don't know the opponent for either. We just know
For either,
Vegas and the date.
It's unacceptable. I mean, they're announcing this is not too far ahead. They want people to buy, hotels for this. They want people to arrange flights to Vegas. It's unacceptable to me. I wish, these guys that are trying to get off these losses, especially from that promotion, I wish they would just get it together and, buckle up and fight somebody they know they could actually fight. But yeah, that's it for me. Good show. Thanks, guys.
Salute, champ.
Good call. I mean, other than the part where you're totally wrong about Honora, but other than that, great call. You know what it was though? It was the performance, I think, from that girl. Because if you've seen her in Scream, no. If you've seen her in Scream, right, and then you've seen her in Honora, like, those are completely contrasting performances. Like, I believe she was a real stripper. Can you at least admit that, Ness, that she moved and talked and, you know what I'm saying, like a real stripper? Like,
she was all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's an actual actress, like a movie. You know what I mean? She's never lived that life before in her life. And yet,
I just didn't like
she reminded me of the girls at the strip club. Like, very well. Like,
the writing wasn't there for me, but yeah, she played her role as a stripper in the club well. But the everything else is just like, like my lady's like, oh, so every stripper in the tri-state? I don't know every stripper in the tri-state, but I know the mentality of my area. We're raised tougher. We're just not gonna. You telling me I just came up. You got to understand, this man just gave her 15 racks for 7 days. Then he bought how many carat ring and has been taking her out and doing all this crazy stuff. And you telling me she just about to be like, okay, it's over. No. Real women ain't laying down. You ain't just about to. No. And then they tied her up. They tied her up. Like, that's a woman
Yeah.
scorned now. Now,
She had
now
all
she's
the
scorned.
cards.
Now she like, hold up. And I'm sending y'all all to jail. I'm saying you raped me. I mean, there's so much she can do. That's it. Like, the dude was literally sitting on her lap, or he put her on his lap. You know how many laws was broken there? Y'all tripping. That movie was trash, man. I'm never gonna agree with y'all. Rocking. She handled that poorly. In real life, a woman would have got away with the whole goddamn empire. Just because they, like, bro, she was in her panties. They tied her up with a fucking extension cord. You kidding me? What up, Rakim?
How's audio, fam?
Street.
All right. Hey, well, shout out to you guys, man. Always, the night show is when I call in. It's when I'm able to. So I really appreciate anytime you put on the night show, Ness. And shout out to the panel. I only started calling in and listening to the show maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I'm like catching up on history today with Mario, man. Shout out to you, Mario. Appreciate your part in history here, man. And I don't know if Tone got caught up on that bit of history that I learned as soon as the show started. That Mario
Oh, he
knocked
don't
down
know.
Keem.
He don't know that.
Yeah,
He
Mario
don't know
knocked down
that.
Keem. Mario went 3-minute rounds with Keem, and Mario
No,
went the distance with Keem.
No, not 3 minutes. Hold on. He went
Hey,
3
champ,
rounds.
let him cook. Let him cook.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm playing.
all I'm saying is pound for pound Keem hit the canvas at the hands of one Marioski. I mean that's a lot of history to chew on. You know what I'm saying? in light of recent events that have taken place in this community.
Oh,
Hey yo,
Yeah, that's
and
wild.
you know why it's not that impressive to Tone? He hasn't met Mario in person. When Tone sees the size of Mario compared to, past opponents,
All I'm saying is, by the sounds of what I'm
he would
hearing
appreciate it.
in this factual history, it sounds like this one Mario Munguia is not a civilian, if you ask me.
Yo,
I love that y'all using these words to make y'all using these words against him. That shit is hilarious, bro. Bro,
This shit is wild.
when Brian Norman Sr. said, what does he call himself? I said, oh my God, not Senior too. It was crazy, bro. Hilarious.
What's Senior said?
Oh man,
Regarding
Senior talked about the whole
topic,
situation. He watched the fight.
regarding the topic, I similarly, like most of our fans calling in, I'm annoyed that it's like a double header kind of thing. I mean, I get in one sense that Charlo at the very least needs to come back. Caleb Plant, his ass needs to learn how to fight more than once a year. But uh, for Jermall Charlo, even like, washed up after all the personal life issues and coming off rum punch and all that, I think his jab is just way too educated, man. I think y'all are talking about McCumbee being a problem. I think he's still gonna find a way to win against any of these maybe like other contender guys that have been proposed. I really believe in Charlo in that way, even though the dude's really struggling personal life wise. I really think just jab alone, he has some of the best fight IQ, man. I think he has got his jab is crazy, and I think he would find a way to win against any of the guys. I don't know who he could stop right now. I don't know that he's stopping anything, but that's my opinion, man. With that, just want to hear y'all opinions and shout out to you guys for putting on.
Appreciate you, Rakim.
You may feel like it's your
Adrian,
turn.
$5. Not gonna
What is
lie,
yours,
if
your turn?
McCumbee beats Pacheco and Edgar, he's gonna be a star emoji here in the U.S. Oh yeah, he could be exactly what Mario was talking about. What's your thoughts on McCumbee? Can he fill that white void you were talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it could be really anybody. Like you see Caleb Plant, and I think people gravitate towards him because he I don't know, it's kind of like he brings sort of a blend, right? But McCombie, I think, is he's got the kind of qualities that appeal to that demographic.
I mean, you're Mexican, but I'm assuming you're a McCombie fan based off mustaches, huh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna always show respect,
He got the same mustache. We got Keenan Lofton. Welcome to the prospect level. Lil Zooted, $2. Mario sat Keem down, bodied Stainless in, then vanished. Tiff.
Hey, don't forget the show kid. Don't forget the show kid scalp.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me to show the tape. Roll the tape. Damn, it's all blurry, Mario. You're nasty.
I told you it was the only one I had on my phone to send you.
Nasty, bro. Now, I must say,
and I got a text that I recorded too, and it comes out.
I must say, as a guy that's been dealing with Keem for a while and always thinks I'm against him, this wasn't officially a knockdown. But McCombie, no one's sitting around here saying that McCombie didn't knock down Plant a couple of times. We just saying what we saw.
They robbed me
because we saw it.
They robbed me.
And if you look at Tone, he's the main one that says Devin did get dropped when in fact that fight never happened. But according to Tone, it happened. So you know what I'm saying? Just like that situation, this is what this situation here is, where it's a knockdown that allegedly isn't a knockdown, but it's a knockdown because technically it looks like a knockdown. So here goes that
the most controversial thing to come out of this Border Wars.
Here goes that one.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, where is it now? All right, I fucked up. All right, here we go.
Uh-oh, look at Mario Munguia. Oh, that's a knockdown.
Knocked him out the ring. And you seen the pause? Look at the pause when Mario hit him with that left hand. Like Keem just stiffened up. It was crazy.
Uh-oh, look at Mario Munguia.
Look at the hook. Oh. Bam, you seen that?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, that's a knockdown.
Late reaction. That's what they said. They said it was a late reaction because, you know what I'm saying, he got clipped, he kind of froze up, and then, boom, he fell out the ring. He says, look, I didn't know where I was at, so when he said, my ring is big, I put my foot back, I fell out. I said, you didn't know where you was at because you got punched in the chin. But then there's this one. So Mario also, but Keem got nothing to be ashamed about because Mario also knocked out a tooth in Border Wars. So he is known as the biggest left hand in Border Wars is what they call
this is fact.
Bro, the accolades is crazy in Border Wars, champ.
No, this is what they were calling him, bro. The biggest
you knocked a tooth out.
The biggest left hand in Border Wars. Yeah, no, and
he had to drive.
Damn.
This is that fight.
He had to drive to Chicago. He had to drive to Chicago from Wisconsin because the tooth cracked in half.
Yeah, he had to get that surgically repaired.
I got a sponsor though. I got him gloves. Those are the gloves I got him. And
from behind because he's down and
and he was pulling my head and hitting me from the body like that all fucking fight, bro.
Hadouken!
Yo, he was grabbing me from the back of the head and hitting me to the body, nasty, right, Ness? Yo, they put the clips at the end. The clips at the end.
You're gonna be the fucking meat that I pound. That was the funniest press conference.
Yo,
ever.
That was the best clip, bro. Yo, hilarious.
Yo,
that was a fun night, bro. Yeah, bro. They clipped that shit and they were clowning me for like months, bro. If I didn't knock his tooth out, big dog, I couldn't show back up to Border Wars. Yo, for real. Shout out to
Yo, Tevin Smith with the $10. Mario is the real superior athlete.
Damn.
That's the inside joke again. Damn. Sony Woods with the $10.
Shout out Sony.
He said, had to put this Jim worked down and blessed the scene. Also, shout out to Money May Mario Monguia, a.k.a. TBV alumni, a.k.a. Border Wars,
My
a.k.a.
Ghana.
TBV Boxing Boars. Yo, Ness, play the TBV Boxing album we made. Fire, fire,
Oh,
fire.
that was dope. I forgot about that shit. Damn, where is that?
Bro.
Yo, oh man. That was a dope album.
DJ Double D,
That's
$5.
crazy.
If Ryan KO's Rolly, Devin, and Tio back to back to back, does he take over the huge May September fight dates after Canelo? After was a good way of phrasing it. Yeah, I could see that after. But I could also not see that. He wanted the Isaac Cruz fight because he knows the same thing that Oscar went through, he's going through. He doesn't really get that Mexican love. He gets the Mexican-American love, and he gets plenty of American love. He thought fighting Isaac would have given him kind of like the Oscar Chavez situation.
Yeah, I mean,
man,
I think he'll take
Go
over,
ahead, Tom.
bro. Like if Ryan was like focused and was like, yo, I'm about to start catering to the Hispanic, the Latino community, he definitely could be in the junior face of boxing situation.
Let's see here. We got Jerry Soriano back with another 2. Plant David Benavidez have crossover cred, Latinos, African American barbershops. I guess. I don't know, man. I don't really go to barbershop these days. My last 2 barbers kind of have a private situation. Yeah, like my new barber, he comes here. My last barber had like a private situation, was appointment only. And then in my actual barbershop, before I found those current situations, it was Spanish speaking. They wasn't really talking boxing like that. And when they did, they would talk Cuban boxing. It was more of a Cuban barbershop. They had like 2 Dominicans, 2 Cubans in there. So Plant or Benavidez ain't make it there. I'm assuming in Arizona, he's in your barbershop.
Absolutely. David Benavidez, absolutely. That's what they talking about in
702, you cut your hair yourself or you got a barbershop you go to out here?
Nah, I actually just got it done 2 days ago.
So they talking about David in your barbershop or Plant?
They youngins, so I get my hair cut by the youngins. You know, that's who's winning right now. So I don't really talk to the youngins. Yeah,
talking about
they
Mario, you got the man bun going on, so you don't cut your hair. So is your brother talking about David because he owns the barbershop?
Yeah, see, it's not fair. Yes, he is talking about David, but he talks about Navarrete and he talks about, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a hardcore, so it's like not really a fair conversation. But I'll tell you what, he doesn't have a lot of young people talking boxing. The only time a customer talks boxing with them is usually somebody older.
All right. I got a counter here from Mr. Negativo, Alex Vega.
July 26th, Vega.
What up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Perfect chance. Go ahead.
Okay, my bad. Hey, shout out 702, just got his hair done 2 days ago. Hey, my Dominican barber, he actually used to do MMA, so that's mostly what we speak about. And then he'll mention some of like the big boxing, like he knew about the possible Terrence Bud Crawford and Canelo fight. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone on the panel, man. You got like a full house. I never really had much of a conversation with Mario. I think when I came around, he was just a party. But just want to double down on the topic. I didn't talk about it. Morataya versus Abdullayev. See, that's a good fight. That is due to the ranking they're making for a interim title. You know what I mean? Abdullayev has won every fight since he got stopped by Haney. He stopped Linares in a thrilling fight, and he's beaten, I think, 1 or 2 former champions. And even though it was weight classes below, he's still fighting some type of quality. And Morataya, I'm not a huge fan of him just because I don't think it's really because of him. I think it's the hype he gets for what Jimmy's in. But you got to give him credit. He's been beating good guys and he's been stopping dudes that I didn't think he'd stop Jesus Perez. That was a guy that fought as high as 147. Fought Brian Norman, fought Alexis Rocha, and went the distance with them. And Morataya, flattened him out. A guy named Humberto Galindo, a guy that people are not going to give credit, knocked him down in the first round. And he went battle back, and I think he stopped him in the last round of their fight. And that guy gave Abraham Nova all he could fucking handle. So, yeah, you got to see a guy like Morataya has been beating good guys. Not the elite, not the top, but they've been building them. He's been passing every test. And now he finally gets to, he gets his shot against, once again, a guy that people don't know. But Abdullahi has got some skills, man. He's been in Russia, but now they're bringing him back over here to the States. So it's a good fight. It's a good co-feature. And I see they got Santillan there. And he's fighting a dude I have no idea. I think his name is Angel Beltran. All I got to say is when it comes to these 147 guys that aren't the titleists is be careful how you're moving, because if not, you're going to be stuck outside the inner circle for a while. You got Haney, you got Ryan, you got Teofimo. They're right there. They may fight each other. Or they might take your opportunity away from you when it comes to these titles. So a guy like Santillan, it seems that they want to try to throw him back in the mix, maybe try to get him back towards Norman. But if you don't take your shot now, you may be left on the dust. And let me ask you guys a question. I'll leave you on this. Who do you think Plant rather fight? Jermall Charlo or Ness's favorite fighter? All right, man, I'm out.
Munguia.
I think he himself wouldn't know who to pick from those two. Yeah, he's talking like who would Plant want more, Berlanga or Charlo. I think he's got equal beef with both, and they're equally both big fights. I'm going to say what we all know I'm going to say. Berlanga's the bigger fight. Charlo's removed. Don't nobody really believe in him. But, don't nobody really believe in Berlanga either, right?
They've had words already, too, before that as well, over there at the T-Mobile or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Charlo and Plant, you mean? Yeah, those guys, they do for a fight. They smack. Well, not they. Plant smacked Charlo.
No. I'm talking about Berlanga. Yeah, we know about that, too.
Yeah.
Outside of it, they're like, I'll get you at Canelo. Yeah. And he's like, how you know you're going to get Canelo? He's like, I know I'm going to get Canelo. He said, after that, boom, 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 we'll get it cracking.
They said, shout out to the panel. 3 Mexicans and a Dominican. Yeah, shout out Tom.
I'm actually excited about the Navarrete fight, champ. I'm a big fan of Navarrete, and but I do know who Charly Suarez is. I seen him in his last fight with the fight card with Richard Torres on it. Emiliano Vargas was on that card that night. Jaime Munguia was on that card. He was the co-main event.
Emiliano Vargas, thanks you for reminding me. We got a glove for Emiliano Vargas right here. El General. We're gonna be doing a raffle for this. We'll probably give this away post-fight because he's fighting this weekend, ain't he?
Yes, sir. On the undercard of.
So if you want this autographed glove by Emiliano Vargas, we'll be doing a raffle for that. We'll do it at $10, man. $10 get you a virtual raffle ticket. We'll put your name in the wheel, and you get this glove sent to you, Emiliano Vargas. Let me get up on that signature. Bam! El General.
Yes,
the
sir.
The general.
Yes, sir.
I forgot all about that. I should have been doing. Well, it's still early. It's still Tuesday. The fight's not till Saturday. Yeah, I got plenty of time. Anyone interested? Let me get to some callers here. Did I cut you off, 702? I'm sorry. I'm a maniac.
A little bit. Go for it, champ.
No. Get back to your thought. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that I did see that fight on that undercard, so I have seen Charly Suarez fight. But the only thing is, Navarrete, he comes forward, and I seen in that fight he did knock him out, his opponent, but he has a issue when they exchange, and Navarrete comes with punches in bunches. So I felt like that's what's going to give him a hard time, but he does start off good early. So Navarrete has to be very careful because he could get caught by that power. So He does that. That dude has power with his record. You know, obviously shows, and it's not going to be an easy fight in the beginning for Navarrete, but I see him possibly going 12 and maybe stopping him. But Murataya, he's in a hard fight. I think this is one of his hardest fights, I feel, right? Just because of the opponent he's going with, you know, 12, 20, only one loss. I feel like this is going to be his toughest fight, and this is what we're really going to see what he's really made of. And Giovanni Santillan, he's with the Robert Guerrero. No, he's trained out of the stable with Robert.
Yeah.
And Garcia, we trust. I've always see him every time he's live. I always see Giovanni Santillan in the background, champ, just training, pacing himself. So he's one of those guys that always in the gym, and we know he's very disciplined. So I'm gonna go with Giovanni Santillan on this one.
Every time we interviewed him in the past, he was like running at that moment, or like every single time we interviewed him, he was in the middle of a workout.
And Robert Garcia, we trust. Yeah.
Mario, I don't know if you know Tone's work outside of boxing, but he's like in the music, and he hosted a lot of shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been following Tone.
Okay, so he's all on the Arizona rap scene. So yeah, I was just gonna put you on the spot, man.
You put him on the spot to drop some bars?
Oh, champ. Go ahead, let that play.
My boy Mario Munguia, man.
I
got the bag on Mario.
Oh shit!
I got the bag on Mario.
On the spot.
I got something special for you. All these boxers talk about is checks, cosplaying Floyd, paranoid to ever fight a real threat. Hey, we get it, bro. You said Floyd was controlling you, but then you said he set you up. You must be trolling, dude. The Hall of Fame ain't something your resume reached. You a punk, and you avoid anybody you see. Yo. You a tough guy in parking lots, clicking up with the ops. We hardly shocked. Look at you with that K. Bryant head that saved me thirst. Don't care about that 420 lace long as you avoid that Haney work. You lose the first 3 rounds, then brag about how you caught him. Best win was Leo Ola's my Theo when you fought him. One too many fights just to play it safe. Tio did it, Devin did it. That's why you in last place. And you can hoot and holler, but your beef is not with me. And motherfuck the 4 Kings, homie. It's just Big T.
Damn. Okay. See what I'm saying?
I just had to get something off my chest.
A for effort, they said.
Off the front of the bone noggin.
Chest.
Yo, let me get to, I think we got Big If. What up?
Yo, salute to the panel, man. Salute Ness. Salute 702. Salute Tone. Hey, yo, Mario, welcome back, son. Yo, I couldn't recognize you, dude. Yo, word 2. Sound word 2. I was like, yo, has the Ozempic monster bitten my man Mario, son? Like, yo, you pause. Well, you had the chubby cheeks before, but son, you looking healthy, son. Pause. And you got the dimples now, son. Yo, salute to you, man. Salute to the Ozempic Olympian Mario, man. You looking good, son. You heard? So welcome back, you heard? Salute. But yo, I'm looking at the title. Is that Plant versus Charlo? Or what's that looking like?
Nah. Plant and Charlo back. Separate cards, doubleheader.
Damn, you had me hyped for no reason. That's why I was calling in, because I'm mad late, man. I'm just getting off. But I've been listening for a little bit. So you had me hyped for a little bit when I saw the title, man. But I hope that happens. I hope this is like the I guess the prequel to that fight, man. Hopefully they fight on the same undercard and they call each other out like after the fight, man. But anyway, salute to the panel. I'm enjoying the show. I'm gonna keep listening on YouTube, man. And I'm out, man. Peace.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
Salute.
Up next, Joe Pilot.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Was the return of Manchester Mario, man. The return, man. It's crazy. I
Damn.
was thinking about no homo, thinking about Mario the other day. I'm like, damn, I'm wonder what's good with Mario. Even though I know you got your newsletter and everything, but you know how it is, bro. We ignorant. We ain't doing all that
Damn.
reading. You already know.
He's a
Salute to
champ.
Two
He's
Tone
a
and
champ, dog.
702. You already know, man. It doesn't matter what the topic is because Vega made it a Berlanga topic, baby. Once again, it never fails. It's a Berlanga topic again. Man, Charlo versus Plant, that ain't even in the question, baby. It's Berlanga versus Plant. Man, you seen Plant. Plant already knew keep his distance. Cause bro, he seen Berlanga's mitts. He's like, yeah, he slapped me, bro. I can't even go to the fight. So he stayed his distance. He know how Berlanga's giving it up, man. Man, bro, he already know. Plant know who to play with. He know Charlo's on cuckoo pills, man. Everybody know that shit. He knew who to play that shit with, man. Play that with Berlanga. You about to have 400-pound Puerto Ricans all around you, bro. It's about to look like a sumo contest around you. Man, Plant, you crazy, bro. You about to get squished to death. Goya sauce all over you. But you already know. What's the topic? Morataya, who's he fighting?
Abdulayev, good fight, man. Good fight.
Low
it's a
key.
hard fight.
Abdulayev is one of Devin's better wins. Aged great. Bro, if he pulls this upset, it's crazy, man. Devin's got maybe even a stronger Hall of Fame case. Who knows, He
That's
knocked out
scrap.
Linares. He's gonna, if he knocks out a contender, that's a good little case for Devin right there. That's a little name. So I know, this is the Devin Haney voice over here. So that's what we praying on. You already know. We the triangle kings over here when it comes to the Haney's legacy.
Let's go.
But hold
on, I got something for you, bro. Let's fucking go. Shout out Mario.
You dig? Come on, bro. But you already know. Oh, you forgot the most important one. You forgot bro. Look at what the name is and look at the sound effect I haven't heard. The kitty cat effect. That's the sound we gotta hear. That's the one that you gotta play. Cause that's the time Charlo's on. I haven't seen none from that little kitty cat, man. Get back in the ring and let's see you really scratch something up. Man, let's see if you still got them fangs still. Man, let's see something, man. I don't know, man, because I know Houston give it up a lot different. But Charlo, get off them cuckoo pills. Get off that rum punch, man. Man, I'll do something, bro, because, I miss the old Charlo, with the piston jab and, in there strong as an ox. Get back to that, but maybe he's too far gone. You get in there with Berlanga, Charlo's going to get sent to the hospital, so don't even look around there, bro. So try to go the Boo-Boo route. I think Boo-Boo's a good fight for Charlo. Boo-Boo, ow. Give Boo-Boo his comeback fight. He took one for the team, bro. Where is his comeback fight? I'm gonna keep saying that shit every day. Where is his comeback fight, Al? Nah, bro. He took one for the team. He went up and fought that monster. What's up, bro?
Give
him
him
that
Al.
Plant
Y'all
fight.
know
Give
what
him
it
that
is.
Charlo fight. What's up? Charlo's there. Man, but I'm out.
You may feel like it's
And
your
hit that
time,
kitty cat bell again, because that's the
but
time
it's not your
Charlo's on.
time.
I'm out.
That's funny. We used to hit that all the time. I used to be like, what is that reference to? What is that?
Charlo's, the Lion Zoni, baby. Shout out to Ali. The GOAT.
Yo, TBV, what's up?
Hawk.
Hey,
what up?
What the?
Oh yeah, that was the Hawk sound bite. What? You ain't know?
TBV.
That's the Hawk sound bite. Feel me?
I am weak.
Back in the day, people used to have intros.
What's up, Mario? I remember Mario.
Yeah.
He had some of the classic arguments on the show, bro. He had some of the classic. You did tighten up though, Mario. You done dropped some weight, left it somewhere. I don't know. Looking good there though, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's that
Oh yeah.
That's that marijuana curving that appetite.
Hey, oh yeah, no question. That's how I live. Hey, that referee that was in that first one, wasn't he on the show too at one time, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was,
yeah, Doomy,
on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doomy. I remember Doomy. I remember all of them. Okay,
Shout out
okay.
Doom.
First off, I heard he got a big fight on the best day of the year, Ness.
Who?
531?
Oh, I ain't even tell nobody because the shit ain't really official, so I was just keeping it on the low.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but
well,
shout out to you and
we'll-
me. If this fight happened, it'll be our birthday weekend. You know what I'm saying? Salute. It'd be
God, I'ma
perfect
try to
too.
make
Perfect
that
fight
happen.
party. You know, Plant Charlo, same
Yeah.
card, as long as they get decent opponents.
Oh shit! Let's go. Let's go. I want to see Charlo come back. I hope for the best for the dude. Plant though. I gotta disagree with you on that. Ness with Plant. I don't think Berlanga can beat Plant. If he catch him early, yeah, he can beat him if he catch him. I don't think he can beat Plant. Plant is seasoned.
I never said that.
Seasoned. That's how Canelo took and beat Plant. Plant got a little boxing with him though. Ain't that the boy that?
I never said Berlanga could beat Plant or Plant could beat Berlanga. I don't know.
Okay. I thought y'all was saying that. Okay, well then scratch that. I just think Plant a little season for Berlanga right now. Berlanga might need one or two.
And you might be right. He might be too seasoned, but the issue is like what's gonna happen in that second half of the fight, man. Second half is where Plant gases, Berlanga power carry late. So that's a problem. You know, it's about can he make it through the whole 12?
Hey, Berlanga is the best 8-round boxer at the high division. Yeah. Berlanga is an 8-round boxer because after 8 rounds he gets gassed.
I'm talking about Plant get gassed.
I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about Berlanga. I mixed it up. Yeah, switch it over. You know, the one we was just now saying. Plant. Plant is an 8-round fighter. I call Plant get knocked out by Canelo in 8 because he's real good up to 8 rounds. So yeah,
You may feel like it's your time,
but
it's not
number
your time.
one, bro.
Shout out Hawk, place to be. H-Town. My bad.
Berlanga don't got the IQ to be able to like, yo, I'm gonna turn it on after playing gas. He don't have that IQ, bro. It's levels. He's not David Benavidez.
All right, gentlemen. I got to get up out of here. 702 Exotic, 702 Boxing. Ness, Mario.
Hey, champ. It was nice meeting you, champ.
You too, champ. Peace.
Peace.
We got Khaled, Indiana.
Yo, Ness.
Yo.
Oh man. Okay, Ness, come back to me.
I mean, you ain't say nothing. I thought you ain't connect. Hold on, Khaled. Go ahead, H-Town.
Hey, man. I was just about to say salute to Backpack, but 702's out. I see we're on a Devin Krispy Kreme moment today again.
We ain't even talking about Devin.
Oh, man. You heard that? I heard that flow, that so-called flow.
That was Mario. You probably ain't hear the words.
I didn't talk about Devin.
Hey, but now, hey, boxing talk, dog. Hey, the Charlos are back, man. I heard Jermall coming back too. That he's trying to get back by before September. Man, that's just great for boxing, man. Let's see the 154-pound king comes back and gets his crown. He's still the king, man. People want to hate on him, but ain't nobody defeat him at 154, man. All these right now, we got a whole bunch of fake champs at 154 right now. So you beat Jermall, you ain't nada, bro. H-Town, baby. I'm out.
H-Town. H-Town. Watch me. Go ahead, clown.
Oh.
Big Houston.
Wookie. Wookie. Then 702 was on, and now he in the chat talking about this guy. Hey, yo, salute to 702. My man hung up and went straight on to listen to the live. Wookie ain't connecting. We got Wookie, is you there? Gotta unmute. There you go. What up, champ?
Hello?
We hear you.
Hey, I'm live.
You live.
Hey, what it do? Hey, what it do, man? It's Wookie Woo calling for the second time. I'm glad you picked up because I was just on my way to work. Had about 15 minutes left, but I don't know, man. I guess I just want to touch base on Berlanga, man. Y'all talk a bunch about him being this star and shit, and bro, I don't see it. I don't see it. I disagree. And I guess I'm throwing the counter on that. On that Berlanga being a star shit. And then I have another question too. What's the verdict of Henny Chin? What did we come to a verdict of? Is he Chinny or not?
Not yet. Don't he got to fight and somebody else got to do what y'all think could be done? That's the definition of chinny, where anybody see Khan, anybody put him down. It didn't matter who you was. If you hit him, you put him down.
Well, he put himself down. Let's be real.
Because that was the lead-up question to, based on the answer, the lead-up question, with the follow-up question was going to be, all right, based on that, will we define what you call it, Berlanga as chinny? Because I done seen his chin. I done seen that nigga get hit a couple times. I think that's the reason why.
Could he be considered?
Every damn fight he get.
He could be considered chinny, but that's common in Puerto Ricans.
Lord child.
Yeah.
I don't know no star, bro.
Trinidad, man. How old are you? What's going on with you? How old are you?
I'm 35, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. You missed that Trinidad era. Trinidad went down several times, more than Berlanga for facts. And he's
but that's
a
in
star.
that's the old school.
Oh, okay.
These new boxing fans, we don't want to see that shit. We don't want to see you hit no motherfucking canvas, nigga.
Would you consider Gamboa a star at any time in his career?
Gamboa?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Gamboa chinny as hell, just like Berlanga.
But he was a star. That's what I'm saying, though. That's my point.
No, Gamboa was no damn star. Gamboa was no damn star.
Okay, cool. Amir Khan. He was considered chinny. He a star.
Ness, what is your definition of a star, my brother?
What the fuck? Amir Khan.
We gotta define. We gotta have some terms.
Champ. Amir Khan did 600,000 pay-per-views with Canelo. Amir Khan did a pay-per-view with Brooke in the UK. Amir Khan was always in conversations to fight Pacquiao and Floyd. Like, Amir Khan was always a plus. Like, everybody wanted to fight Amir. He fought fucking Danny and Bud.
Global star.
Keith always called him out. Like, what are you talking about? He was a global star. He's from Pakistan. He drew in Pakistanians. He drew in UK fans, and he drew in Americans.
Facts.
I guess you're speaking on hardcore boxing fan definition of star. But nigga's name, his name don't ring bells in barbershop. You can't go to any barbershop in America and they talking about Amir Khan and Gamboa and all. They ain't nobody talking about this.
Not today. But you would have went in the barbershop when Terrence Crawford was about to fight Gamboa. Yeah, they was talking about Gamboa. You'd have went in the barbershop when Gamboa was fighting Orlando Salida. Yeah, they was talking about Gamboa. When anytime Juan Manuel Lopez was fighting, they was talking about Gamboa. The thing is, you probably wasn't a boxing fan.
When Floyd put up the poll,
don't forget that Gamboa was the first person signed to SMS, which is 50 Cent Promotions. Like, he had Floyd and 50.
My pops was around back there.
He had Floyd and 50 pushing him, but that was the bell. You can't say Gamboa wasn't a star. And he the definition of chinny. That boy got like 17, 18, 19, 20 knockdowns clocked on his career. Like, one time, I think Top Rank did a knockdown, kind of like, oh, he got 16 knockdowns. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we stopped counting, because they already counted that much for us. Super Mix with the $5. Shout out to the undisputed king of boxing bars, Team Texas's own Money May Munguia, a.k.a. I'll Snatch Your Tooth.
Shout out Supermax champ.
Jerry with another 2 check receipts. David Benavidez set off downward spiral for Charlo. Tip Bellis, member for 22 months on that champ level. Sounds like Jay Swift wrote that ish. Damn, Mario. They you know what it was? The beat was clouding them out, man. Don't make me have that man spit some shit he wrote. That was freestyle man.
I couldn't even hear the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't even hear the beat. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna try my best to
You should have said, I can't hear it. You should have said it's cancellation like on the mic.
Yeah, I should have.
They're trying to play you now. Now they trying to act like you ain't got bars. Look at this next one from H-Town hating. This another Dev Glazing session? I'm going to try not to get banned. Hashtag Free Hell's Kitchen Strangler. And I'm calling ice on them weak bars. Damn.
Yo, that's hilarious. Hilarious, bro. Don't make me send Ness the boxing bars knockdowns too.
Yeah, bro. He said weak bars respectfully. You should put him in your next diss track. DJ Double D counterpunch for H-Town. Jerry with another 2. Marco strategically moved off Ness chessboard. Huh? Charles Remington, $5. Both Plant and CYP run out of gas. Don't they both have Wade as strength and conditioning coaches? Deeper, darker criminal link, Tone.
Damn. And talk about Murder Inc. That just establishes a darker, deeper criminal link.
Bro, y'all gotta let that shit go, man. But Charles was over. He was at Border Wars. He paid to see it live, man. Shout out. Therese, what up?
What up, though? What up, though? Now yonder.
Y'all.
Now yonder.
What up?
What up, though? What up, though? You know we bringing the violence from round yonder. You know what the fuck going on. What's good, man? Hey, man. Say, man. Navarrete. Fuck you, bro. You bitch ass nigga. You duck my fighter for forever, and then I see that you in the mix now. You fight. Who is this? Who is Charly Suarez? What the fuck? It's like these guys. You see how Anthony Casace. You see how his hoe ass waited to poke his head out. You feel me? As soon as these guys come up from under, these guys come up from up under a rock, nigga. When my guys say, "Oh, I'm gonna go up to 135" because they acting pussy. Shout out Albert Bill. You feel me? The boogeyman from 130 to 140 because these guys acting like they don't see him. You feel me? And this shit, I just can't stand for it. I'm seeing Emanuel Navarrete, you feel me, shake back and shake loose now. You see he peeked his head out. Oh, shit, okay, Albert Bill. Oh, shit, he going up to 135? Okay, it's safe now. Okay, woo, holy shit, I almost had to fight that motherfucker. Oh, my God. Look, Bob Bear, I'm like, God damn it, he going up to 135? Thank the heavens. Then the motherfucker like, we don't even got Shakur no more, so it's like, fuck it. If he gonna duck him, at least it don't make our company look bad no more. We can just go ahead and he can duck him over there on Matchroom now. Fuck it, we ain't got to worry about it. No, this shit getting out of hand. That's why these guys ducking my fighter, man. What the fuck going on? I heard the dumbass WBO president. I'm on his ass too, by the way, because I heard he had real vitriol in his voice for my fighter, bro. Vitriol. Am I tripping? Was I tripping, or did he sound like did his fucking emotion change, bro? When he's talking about my fighter.
Because he's tired of people like, hitting him up about Bell. Bell ain't fighting ranked fighters and nothing he can do.
No, because whole ass niggas like him ain't making the fights. When we was trying to fight Liam Wilson, these motherfuckers denying the smoke. And then gonna tell my fighter that he not fighting nobody. When we trying to fight somebody, you say, no, you can't fight him. What the fuck you mean? So what are we to do? You feel me? We at a crossroads, my guy. I don't understand this shit, man. And then I'm seeing this guy.
Independent.
Man, you keep talking that independent shit, man. We was knocking shit loose on OTX. I don't watch OTX make world champion.
And why y'all ain't stay there? Why they ain't keep y'all?
You gotta happen. That's what I'm trying. Ness. I asked you to get the OTX fellas on this show because I want to show some love to them, and I got some questions for them as well. You understand me? I want to get to the bottom of this shit as well because there ain't no way that my fighter shouldn't be in the mix, bro. My guy is he 26 and old. He 3-fight knockout streak, been knocking shit loose. I don't get this shit. We was at the man was number 1 at 130 for fucking 2 years. As long as I've been calling in, I've been screaming for the fucking championship fight. As long as I've been calling in,
he ain't fought ranked fighters to hold that ranking, man.
Man,
he say he got.
If we asking you to fight Liam Nelson, and you telling us no, and then you sanction motherfucking and then you sanction. Oscar Valdez for some shit that we didn't ask for, man. What the fuck am I to do? But hey, man, let me run that counter that DC3 sent from me earlier on, man. I got time tonight, man. And if I spill, I got the bill. I got extras. Fuck it, I got time today. Hey, two-tone. Two-tone. Your man David Benavidez, the Mario. How you doing, young man? I haven't met you, but nice to meet you. Nice to greet you, my guy. But David Benavidez, man, we know that he's not welcome back in Saudi. I said this earlier, Ness. We see that they got Canelo and Badu Jack fighting on the same card. Mario, two-tone. If Canelo and Badu Jack win that, is that setting up motion? Do Canelo go up to cruiserweight to get that WBC strap at cruiserweight with Badu Jack? Is that a thing over there in Saudi? Y'all talk to me.
Nah, bro. You see my manager working. My manager Sampson, he working. We said we ain't going to Saudi, and we stripping niggas.
Them motherfuckers said you're not allowed in Saudi is what they said. It's the difference between you talking, no, nigga, you got fired. You didn't quit, motherfucker. They said, no, you can't come back. Turkey sent your ass home and said, no, man, I don't know what the I don't want that. I'm not interested in that fight anymore. That shit was wicked. He even brought you all the way over there just to, I changed my mind.
Hey, but here's the thing, though. Canelo's from an era where he actually cares about that shit, right? Like, he sees how they talk about Pacquiao's 8 titles and shit. Like, I don't know, man. He might chase that shit. Who knows at this point? He ain't the same Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like 154, 160, you know, going after that guy's gone. Like he's all about what his legacy is gonna say.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. I think a Badu Jack is feasible for him. He's not no young chicken. No spring chicken. That's the guy that they can make happen. I know Canelo be talking that B-Vol shit, but I don't know, man. And Nez, by the way, man, is it true that your man Canelo? I'm hearing that guys are saying that your man Bud Crawford might have an advantage because Canelo head not necessarily in boxing. Apparently, he want to be the new T. Gray Woods. What the fuck going on with your man? Is this true? Is he talking about?
If you're talking about golf, he been playing golf. Nothing new.
No, I mean, we know he been playing, but they talking about that I don't know how true this is, but they talking about him trying to get on some Turkey Al-Sheikh shit with the golf shit, possibly make a league, be getting in tournaments and shit, creating tournaments for himself to shine.
Turkey needed to get in with the cash cow, and he had to make it worth his while. Somebody probably slipped him the info that Canelo's a huge golf fan, and he probably told Canelo, like, bro, we'll do your own fucking, PGA tour just for you.
Hey, man, that'll be something to see, man. Maybe it'll get on Netflix.
Face of boxing shit, bro. Face of boxing
shit.
Hey,
who knows, man? And I heard y'all talking some Chinny shit. I do want to say that. Speaking of Chinny, when I think of Chinny, I think of that motherfucker Tyson Fury. That motherfucker is Chinny. Every time I look up, he goes down. You see me? So, hey. Shout out TBV, shout out Toledo, Ohio, and Albert Bell, April 12th, here in the city, Huntington Center. Emanuel Navarrete, you can't duck us forever.
Spider Rico.
Y'all be cool, man.
Spider Rico.
Mm-hmm. What's up, God?
That's his new thing. Spider Rico.
No, me.
Spider Rico.
I don't mean to. I just be thinking. That's how I think.
Shut up. It's my time to talk. You always trying to silence me. You can't silence me.
I'm going to talk regularly now. So I'm going to be myself.
What?
No, I ain't going to be Spider
Rico. I thought that was you.
I ain't going to be Spider Rico. I ain't going to be Spider Rico. I'm going to just be Esteban. But just hear me out on this, yo. I know that I say a lot of things, but I'll try to put it together. And if I don't say it now, time gonna come and it's gonna be too late, and y'all gonna really think I'm crazy then. But it's March 25th, and on March 21st, George Foreman passed away at 76 years old. 7 + 6 is 13. He was born January 10th, 1949. There's 2 teams in the NFL. There's 2 teams in sports, the 49ers and the 76ers. The 49ers equal 13. That's the NFL. The 76ers equal 13. That's the NBA. And there's no other teams with numbers. And both of those numbers add up to 13. So that means George Foreman died in 49, 13. And he died 76, 13.
Okay, and it goes further. On March 21st, in Australia, they are 1 day ahead of us. So it's actually in America, in Australia, it's March 22nd. So we can say George Foreman died on March 22nd in Australia time clock. And on that day, George Gambosis had a 140 championship bout against a fighter named Jake for their Australian titles, I believe. And it just seems like a slap in the face where they leave their signs and they trap people. And we all trapped in this industry. All of these sports, music, it's industry. And what does this mean, Puerto Rico, Esteban, whoever you are? If y'all listening, I don't know what it means, but it makes me think. And I think Puerto Ricans, a lot of this Puerto Rican stuff to stay on y'all topic, they some niggas. Hey Google, stop. They some niggas, but they soft niggas. And we gonna see just when Brian Norman Jr. fight this Puerto Rican fighter, because y'all say he tough, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you, niggas is tough. And he took this Puerto Rican fight because that's a soft touch. Because he fought a Mexican and they real tough. They don't you don't knock Mexicans out, but Brian Norman Jr. did. And we gonna see how tough Puerto Ricans is when Lil Bebe fight Puerto Rican Vega. We gonna see how tough Puerto Ricans is then. Because I thought we saw how tough Puerto Ricans was when Hopkins fought Tito, when Laura fought Danny Swift. I want to see Barackam versus Fundora. If that's the bomb from Oregon with love, I'm gone.
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
Khaled.
Yo, Ness.
You.
I bet we live. All right, man. I'm excited that. I mean, they probably about to cash Charlo out on some shit if he can win this scrap. You know what I'm saying? But I like how they trying to, build the fight up, have the guys on the same card. You know what I'm saying? PBC shit or just boxing shit in general. I ain't gonna even put it on PBC. Just boxing shit in general. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like it. You know what I'm saying? That's a scrap we've been waiting for and all that. I'm definitely favoring Caleb Plant to beat the shit out of Jermall Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's mentally there anymore, man. I don't know if he got that killer, if he got that dog. Just too many mental hurdles that the brother been dealing with. So, I think that his twin brother about to come back as well. You know what I'm saying? I saw him posting some shit, so I think he about to come back as well. So, I know that we shit on Jermall Charlo for how he did against Saul, but we really need him back at the 154-pound weight class to kind of see who it really is, because all the belts then got kind of spread it out, but nobody beat him, though. He was the man. He really went to each guy like fucking Thanos and got all the belts, went to each man. Like, got lost, had to go, rematch him, got a draw, had to rematch niggas. Like, he really went to every guy, stopping niggas, though. Stopping all niggas, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's the fight that we really needed. Quiet as kept, Jermall Charlo and Terrence Boyd Crawford was the fight. That's what we were looking at. Terrence Boyd Crawford, I'm going to beat the shit out of Earl. I'm going to beat the shit out of Mel. Then I'm done. It's crazy how a motherfucker was able to leverage the Earl Spence ass whooping to a Saul Canelo Alvarez fight, bro. But
I
yeah,
mean, it's
looking for
only
Mel to
right.
come
It's
back.
only right. Earl was getting talked about fighting Saul, remember?
Yeah, you're right. He was. You know what I'm saying? I know he was, but you're right. They was on some catchweight shit at like 164. So, but I mean, that was still all fantasy circus shit. But it was just like, once again, like this, it was just gonna be big in Texas. Like, Earl was kind of riding high at the time, like similar to this shit. But I think that the buzz for like Earl might have been bigger than what the buzz is right now. Like, had like Terrence would have stopped Madrimov, then it would have
Hell
been
yeah.
different. Then
But that's also a blessing in disguise for Bud, because he'll be a bigger underdog going into this fight, and if he wins, it'll be an even bigger achievement for him and his legacy.
Hey, yo, check this out, Ness. I feel you. I appreciate always your like insight on everything. But Terrence Bud Crawford, there's no if he wins. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you though. We always, it is boxing.
He
You
said
know,
there
it
is
is
no if.
boxing.
Yo, you've been so adamant that he's not gonna win and that he don't stand a chance. I hope you don't stop calling in if he do win.
Nah, hell no. I gotta
You may
stand on
feel
that.
like
I
it's
gotta
your
stand on
time,
that. I ain't gonna do that.
but it's not your
But
time.
that's my call, bro. Thank you.
Man, he grabbed his nuts to Mel after whooping his longtime friend. Like, talk about you want to use metaphors about fucking Infinity Gauntlets and end game shit. Like, that was the end game, bro. 147 undisputed. 154 undisputed. He grabbed his nuts on you. Is there another more disrespectful thing he could have done? What could he have done more disrespectful? The DX suck it sign? Like, I'm being for real. Like, what more could he have done? You had that 24/7 all access. Just, I mean, fucking anybody could have plotted that out. Easy. Bro, y'all probably would have won an Emmy for that shit. And they took it from us.
We got Alex Vega with the fat $10. Remember when Keem was trying to fight Esteban for Border Wars 15, but he was nowhere to be found? As soon as Keem said he couldn't participate, Spider Rico then came out his hole and started woofing. Soft. Damn, Rico. Listen, that is the show. We back at it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Mario Munguia, let them know where they can find you again and all that you cover, because you also do wrestling, boxing,
Yes, sir.
and UFC. You were doing it
Yes,
all.
sir. I appreciate the invite. I appreciate, the access, the platform. I appreciate the community too. One of the best communities. Tone, great to do the show with you. Infighting Hub is where you can find it on YouTube. That means the most. Subscribing to at Infighting Hub, 2 words. It's at Infighting Pod on everything else. At Mario Munguia on X is where I stream my show. Wrestling, boxing, MMA, we do it all. And yeah, man, WrestleMania season coming up, the big Cinco de Mayo week coming up. UFC's got some crazy fights coming our way too. So yeah, tap in, man. Appreciate you, Ness. Appreciate everybody, man, for real.
Tone.
Yo, man, find me on YouTube, Two Tone Superstar, and Instagram, Two Tone Superstar. Salute Mario Munguia in the building with the bars, TBV tomorrow.
Peace.
Sick.